Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Chapter 89 of Tabletop Notch Presents A Peek Beneath the Veil. We've got some stuff a-brewing tonight.
Nope.
No.
And it's not just John's fresh, clean face, although it does look quite snazzy.
My face is brewing?
You got some. You were cooking up
I was cooking up a fresh
new
face.
hairstyle. Looking smart for our 89th episode. It'll give you advantage on stealth checks because your beard won't be going.
Oh,
Is that why you were doing poorly on stealth check?
that's why, yeah.
Thank God.
I shaved it
Rolling.
for the sleight of hand check I knew I was going to have to do, so it didn't get caught in it.
More carrying capacity, though. It sticks to it.
But before we dive into the meat of it, and we do have some exciting intrigue on the horizon, but before we do, the usual announcements, shout-outs, things people want to say.
Point!
Point them.
Okay, now I understand.
Damn it, I
We'll
nailed
get
it
it
last
sometime.
week.
It was the podcast announcement, now it's this one. There's if you're on the desktop on Twitch, there's a little quest icon. If you use your little arrow cursor thing to hover over it, it'll give you an update on all the things that we're doing and all the things we're going to fail at this episode and possibly beyond this episode. So please go ahead and use that system. That's all.
If you missed this episode, if you can't watch it, if you can't catch it, the podcast is uploaded every Tuesday morning on Apple, Spotify, and
Wherever else you listen to podcasts.
wherever else you listen to podcasts. And then every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we have a rewatch, a re-air on YouTube where we all watch together. And this is going to be an episode we're definitely going to want to rewatch.
You know?
Or not.
Or never ever see
Maybe
again.
nothing
or never
interesting
speak.
happened.
Not unlike when we literally let the ball drop in Josco's
Oh, you know
castle.
what? I don't even want to talk
That
about
was
it.
I have not
mostly
watched that episode.
not my fault. It was mostly not my fault.
Any other thoughts? Things we want to say before we turn it over to the other side?
No.
Okay. Well, in that case, we will roll the intro, and when we get back, we will enter into Chapter 89.
Oh, wait, yeah. Sorry. Really quick.
Yes.
Liar.
Shades of Blue resub for a 30-month streak.
Whoa.
Holy cow. Thank you so
You've been
much.
subbing for more months than we've been streaming. Feels that way.
No, we've hit 30 months.
I know.
It's been
Wow.
30 months of subs. And then Hopeful Optimist just bid it 100.
Hey. Thank you so much. Thanks for the good luck bits.
That's
Is that
it.
you eating the bits?
Yes.
1,000 bits equals 1 spell slot for Graven. I'm kidding. Don't hold me to that.
God damn it.
Damn it.
Why can't we be that stream? Why can't we do that?
All right, everybody. We'll see you on the other side, and we'll tune in for Chapter 89. Here we go.
Don't make me roleplay that.
All right, everybody. In Chapter 88, A Pitch to Bait and Switch. We stopped at the bridge in Wamparani Na to solidify our strategy, going into the offices of the Broken Crown. As we didn't yet know why she'd been summoned, Orba and Erland distanced themselves from Safira and feigned interest in storing a valuable magic item in the room of safe deposit. We were hoping that our writ of service would permit us a preview of the vault, potentially setting up an opportunity to solve Graven's predicament within the hour. But security was both uncompromising and sophisticated, incorporating the usage of not just physical locks, but also poisonous gases, and one of Atok Massif's sending stones to alert additional guards in the event of a break-in. An appraisal and a waiting period were both mandatory, with no obvious avenue to circumvent the requirements. So we stepped aside to think while Safira paid a visit to Lieutenant Colonel Warber, who'd been circulating pictures of her likeness in an attempt to track her down. As we suspected, the search for Safira was at the behest of Raymond Massif, though he was unable to meet in person and had instead sent a sealed letter north after missing us when we passed through Tuktu. His efforts to gather information about the mysterious organization Void 2 had led him to the conclusion that it might be a covert collaboration between certain members of the Gentle Void and the Broken Crown, though he'd yet to discern the primary motive behind such a partnership. Earlier we had learned of a contract to recapture a Broken Crown outpost seized by bandits north of Naupa, and Massif thought it might be worth looking into, especially if his suspicions were correct that it could have been an inside job, facilitated by soldiers of the BC. Without tipping her hand, Safira told Warber she might have associates who were interested in joining the cause. But despite being a promising lead, it wasn't going to help us destroy the crystal that would give Graven his freedom back. With his schedule cleared, Warber recalled Orba and Erland to further discuss the room of safe deposit, and though he would not budge on allowing us in on the spot, he was willing to waive the waiting period in exchange for our help. Somewhere along the road south out of town, a carriage went missing that was carrying valuables belonging to the Broken Crown, including a lockbox containing spellcasting components meant to pay back the local cleric, Donovan Ainsley. Not wanting their reputation to deteriorate any further than it already had, Warber tasked us with retrieving the lockbox, explaining that since the components inside would be stored inside the vault, that perhaps that would be a good time to sneak down and join him. The trade seemed fair, and as Safira and Orba made for the General's General to get an appraisal and a decoy crystal, Erland sprinted to the Steederway entrance, where a stubborn guard proved to be a frustrating obstacle in his desire to travel quickly to Nagarwas to check for correspondence with Marvin Bishop's captors. As all this was happening, Graven spent some time recuperating at the deck. But it wasn't all napping and tending to wounds. A little birdie pecking at the door bore a note from Villapont Willoughby, who sensed there was something afoot and offered to chat if we could get away from prying eyes. After that, fellow Goliath Vane Mohakra invited Graven downstairs for a game of cards, a welcome distraction from the weight of recent events where he felt, perhaps for the first time at this bar, not like an outsider. We chatted about contracts, the deceased Christopher Chauncey, and then curiously the conversation turned to skin grafts, as one of Vane's friends had gotten one months ago and was still rubbing the irritated spot on his arm. That rubbing motion had a ring of familiarity to it, but there wasn't much time to dwell on it before Orba and Safira returned to explain the situation. Our best hope seemed to be in locating the lockbox, entering the room of safe deposit with Warber, and then swapping out the real crystal for a hopefully convincing fake one. If we couldn't manage that, simply breaking the crystal in the room seemed like a solid plan B, with Graven's suggestion of a full-on assault of the Broken Crown offices coming in at a distant third. As it dawned on us what kind of risk we might be taking, sneaking Graven out of town with so many watching, we reluctantly parted ways with plans to track down the lost carriage, and we asked ourselves, how much would a failure to report to the mailhouse put our plans for rescuing Marvin Bishop in jeopardy? Who or what had sent the Broken Crown wagon hurtling towards the coastal bluffs? And with extensive experience dropping fragile objects back at Josco's castle, is Erland our secret weapon when it comes to handling the crystal? You totally called that joke ahead of time. We find out now.
I did.
On chapter 89 of A Peek Beneath the Veil.
Was that on stream? Is that on record?
No.
It wasn't?
I thought that was in the... I think you said it.
You're all the worst.
Oh.
Oh, I thought I said it. Really quickly, Mr. Richard Clock also resubscribed. It's Carmine Tortel. Hello, welcome. For 20, it is confirmed. He's the mod. I didn't realize. For 26 months, and then banished Raven. God damn it, you get me every time. Banished Raven got 200 bits, and then Hopeful Optimist did another 100 bits. Thank you so
it's a
much.
rolling.
It's a host
Spell
rate.
slots are coming.
Only 800.
Oh no.
I'll just keep raising the bar. Just every 5,000.
Oh, man.
Get out of here. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
very much.
No, thank you, Matt.
Talk to me when we get to 1,000. hurrying back from the northern section of Breakpier. Erland arrives at the General's General earlier than he hoped, and without a letter in hand from Marvin or the man that he spoke to post-ambush. It's certainly not at its peak hours, but a small line still extends from the center of the room toward the door, and the booths around the perimeter are actively seeing to several customers. The man with the flowing beard and the wide hoop necklace in the middle kind of has a polite exchange with the woman in front of him, and then he directs her to the supplies station. She kind of waddles over carrying a kind of a large sack that produces kind of a substantial amount of clinking. Clink, 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 clink. It sounds like it might be filled with bottles or vials or something. She's taking it over and she starts to take them out and put them up and out on the counter like she might be selling them back to the store or something after using them. So you enter in here, sort of a quiet, polite atmosphere. People are talking, but everyone keeping their voices at a reasonable volume. What do you do as you arrive?
So it's like a general line, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, there's
and
one
then
line
someone diverts you
Yeah,
off.
so the man in the middle, it looks like he's asking people what they're there to do, and then he'll like motion to one side or the other.
I'm gonna sort of look around and see if I see Safira or Orba there.
Give me a perception check.
17.
17. You do not see Orba or Safira. In addition to that, with the sort of amount of clinking that's kind of happening, a few people in the room kind of look over as she continues to kind of reach into this bag and take out more and more bottles, and it just seems never ending. She just keeps pulling out these bottles, and kind of a few of them kind of start to roll on the countertop, and she'll catch them and push them, and the person on the other side of the booth is like pulling them in, kind of collecting them and counting them as he does so. And you catch, just as you're looking around the room as she's pulling some of the bottles out, the glass doesn't seem totally clean. It seems like tinted a little bit in some way, so they're sort of used bottles in some way. But you notice that. You definitely do not see Safira or Orba in the room.
Okay, so I'll get in line and sort of like lean over to whoever's in front of me in line.
Sure.
Sorry, this is the line to purchase anything?
Oh yeah, you just wait and then you go.
Who's the lady with all the glass bottles?
Looks like Shay.
Shit, why? What is she, a potion master?
No, I think she's got something to do with. He sort of looks micro.
Oh, she's a distributor of Microl.
No, she runs like a house
Oh.
where people do it.
Oh, so she's.
Micro, not.
Yeah, no, I understand. Do you, if you give back glass anything, do you get sort of money in return?
Well,
Is that what she's doing?
They'll buy back glass.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, all right. Thank you. I guess I'll.
they pretty much buy and sell everything here.
Oh, all right. God.
Turns back around. A little bit of time passes. The line moves fairly quickly. As long as there's not someone at one of the booths, you know, he can quickly shuffle them. It's when someone gets to the line and they motion to one of the booths that someone's already at that there's sort of a little lull. But it moves fairly quickly, and you get up to the front of the line.
Good evening from the General's General. What department can I refer you to?
Did someone come in here moments ago buying climbers kits by any chance?
Not that I remember, no.
Of course. Climbers kits, please.
Yes, that would be over with the supplies.
And he motions to the booth, and clink, 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 clink. She's still counting out all the.
You'll have to wait a moment, I'm afraid.
All right, fine. That's fine. I'll sort
If
of
you
go.
would step to the side.
I'll go behind. I guess she could walk over to where Shay is.
Sure, he actually doesn't
Oh.
motion you behind her, just off to the side a little bit. It's not like you get in a second
Okay.
line.
Okay.
You just
Cool.
kind
I'll sort of
stand
hang
off
out to the side.
All right.
Can I look? Can I like just while I'm waiting, look around to see if there's any like items I'm not familiar with? Or are there so many things here that there's lots that I'm not familiar with?
Quite the contrary, actually. You see almost nothing. There are these little booths, and then there's a curtain behind the person in the
Oh,
booth,
right,
and they
right.
kind of walk, put the curtain,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
go into like a back storage
I
room.
see.
So
Wow.
out on the
Rob
floor,
this
you
place.
see virtually nothing.
Okay, cool.
Sick.
All right, I'll sort of anxiously. Does it look like she's getting towards the end of her bag, or does it seem magical?
Does the bag
Like, does it seem like it's a
no? The bag's getting
more
smaller.
Bag holding bottles.
She looks behind you. She's like, it's gonna be a while. No, she takes out a number.
Episode 89.
It takes a little bit of time.
It's like,
But she eventually, they have a quiet back and forth about what he might be buying them for. It looks like he counts out some coin, puts into a little coin purse, and she turns and walks that direction. And at this point, Waller goes,
Yes, thank you.
and you walk up. Hello?
Hi, 3 climbing kits, please.
Sure. Let me just check the price for you. Let's see.
My computer.
Yeah. Beep, beep. That's 60 gold, 20 per.
All right. Thank you. That's fine.
Excellent.
what? Why is that?
This is space.
That's standard?
Yes.
And he goes in the back room, rustles around a little bit, comes back out. 3 sort of, it's a little decent sized sack because it has the pitons and the rope and the gloves, boots.
All right. Thank you then. All right. I'll sort of try and hustle out, like nod at the guy who I chatted. I guess he was before me, so he might not be there anymore. Just sort of hustle back to all hands on deck.
Okay, excellent.
Oh my god.
So in the sort of lower area, the main floor of all hands on deck, Orba and Safira come down the stairs. The room's still very much full in its uproar at the moment. It's getting to be like 9:30 at this point, but things showing no signs of slowing. Plenty of card games happening. People ordering drinks by the dozen, and you've just left Graven. What do you guys do?
Fuck's sake.
Hi, you doing okay?
I mean, how are we gonna pull this thing off?
Why are you saying this now? We
I'm
just bought 3 green crystals
know-
and we told Graven
I-
that we had it under control. Was that just brave face?
What am I supposed to tell him? You're gonna die today? What do you mean? What am I supposed to say? Oh, buck up, buddy. We think you might not make it. I'm sorry. What's the plan?
This is news to me. I thought we had a good plan. I was feeling pretty good, and then
Okay.
you started talking.
All right, well, I don't mean to rain on the parade.
Do you need a drink?
Very badly, yeah. I don't know if I should have one, but
I'll flag up.
Yes.
Something hard. A hard thing.
Well, we just sort of have a couple different ales.
You don't have
the
any-
Raven Stout's got a little kick to it.
right. Can I get 2 of those?
Excellent.
Yes.
7 copper per.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
1 silver, 4 copper.
Right. I'm gonna.
Sort of splashing he slides, one at a time down the counter a little bit, and one person kind of near the end just kind of catches it so it doesn't fall off and slides it over to you guys. Seems standard procedure here.
Oh, I wasn't going to have any. I was going to order it for you.
Oh no, I
Are
didn't
those-
think you were having any.
Okay, great.
Okay.
And Orba the second one to her too.
Safira has the 2 mugs of Raven's
Okay.
Feather Stout.
I'm gonna, now that I have her kind of alone, I'm gonna take out the little tchotchkes that I got.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm gonna. So, I think it's just you and Erland going into the room.
Okay.
Do you want to take any?
Okay, yeah, I mean, sure. We might be able to
Can let you
use
look
one.
through them. I think it's important that you cause a distraction, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how you're gonna do that.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how you are. You planning on using mage hand still, or what's the plan?
I think it might be a play it by ear kind of thing, but that is
Well, if
an
it's
option.
a play it by ear kind of thing, I don't know why these wouldn't come in handy. No?
Okay, well,
Right.
I'll take a look at them.
And Safira's gonna kind of shove them over on the table. That she's.
Okay.
Yeah, they're each about kind of the size of your fist, maybe a little bit smaller. They're like a little cube.
And are all of them, just so I can know right away, do all of them start moving like right away? There's none that wind up and then wait a second. They all start.
They all
They all
start.
start. Yeah, as soon as so you wind. As soon as you let go of the little wind up, it starts moving forward. Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. While
If you
Safira drinks
try
one
it,
alone.
they're very quiet. I mean, in a silent room, you'd hear the noise, but it's not like zzz, like they're
okay. Oh.
they just make like a little noise. In a very quiet room, you'd be able to hear it, but like in this bar, you can't hear it at all. The little noise that they make.
Okay. 1 foot per round. Oh my god.
Now,
Yeah.
there are 2 other things I'm thinking about. I think I could maybe make a distraction outside. I don't know if that's useful.
What kind?
I don't know. I could make a loud noise. I could.
Well, I mean, the thing is, we're going to be underground.
I know. So I'm worried about this. The other thought I had, do we need to send a rat to kind of scout? And does that even work? It might not, but it's worth a try, because if we could see the room, that would help us know.
I mean, have you tried it? Like, ever? Have you tried that
Talking
ever?
to a rat? No, I don't think I have. No. It's worth a shot. I mean,
I'm not.
I've also
saying
never
anything.
tried to steal a. And she's kind of trying to steal a, crystal from one of the most powerful
Well, what's
women I
the
assume
what's the
in this
magic that lets you
entire
speak to animals?
continent.
Is that something you can do regularly, or is that pretty taxing?
It's somewhat taxing, but I can do it. I have the capacity to now.
Okay, and how does it last for an extended period of time, or is it just like a use?
I believe it's about an hour. I'll
Oh,
look that up. Actually, I think it's an hour. You can just talk to animals for like a speak with animals.
this one makes a noise like a bird.
Yeah, I know. I thought that one could be useful. I don't know if it'll make him think a bird got in.
Yeah,
I don't know why that would help us that much, but
10
'Cause
minutes.
it's after
Speak with animals.
10 minutes. Okay.
because after
yeah, yeah,
6
yeah.
seconds it goes ah. So
I mean,
so I could potentially wind it up, walk away from it, and then it starts making a noise. He has to go investigate why there's a bird in there, and
that's true. Actually, what if you put it in a spot that's far
to
away
get to,
from
yeah.
the crystal? That's
As
not a
you
bad
make
idea.
that noise, someone next to you kind of hears it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, caw, caw, caw!" And the whole bar, caw, caw. Everyone in the it like goes in ripples, like echoing across the bar, and suddenly the whole bar, caw, caw, and the raven kind of is flying around the ceiling, and they're all watching it go around, and then finally it flutters down to one guy and goes on his shoulder, and he kind of, and everybody sort of shakes him, and a number of people kind of pass over a drink, and there's a sort of a bit of applause and uproar.
Fun.
Graven's eyes roll upstairs.
You can hear that muffled. That as soon as everyone in the bar is doing it, you're
what the fuck was that?
It's the bar raven. I don't know. They've got a pet.
That was
cute.
weird. So this one, apartments with 5 objects. Oh no, that one's the one that you said that like poops.
Yeah. Now I'm regretting not getting the one that grabs instead of pooping. But
Oh, I think that's going to be too big. I
So do
think
you
the
think I
best
should-
options are the one that makes the smell.
right, yes, okay.
I think that's a good one. And then the other one, I think maybe be the
you have a
best option
microphone
is the
right
bird
in
noise.
front of your face, sir.
So why don't I hold on to those 2 if that's okay with you?
yeah,
Unless
no
you would
problem.
rather.
No problem.
And then, yeah, I think the bird one would be very promising.
Okay, and do you think that tonight I should go around there and try to find a rat that will go into that pipe?
Well, let's not do too many distractions all at once, because then it's gonna get a little crazy.
No, I'm nervous. Okay, so. Right, okay.
And after the hubbub dies down a little bit, the raven kind of flies back to the bar, and you see Brick behind the bar sort of smiling. He pulls out a little cracker, gives the raven a little pat, and then it flies back up to its kind of perch on the wall there.
Do you think it knows things?
You have to talk to it?
I mean, yeah, that feels like maybe a waste, but yeah.
Could test how aren't those intelligent creatures? You could test if they could actually do anything.
Yeah, I mean, their intelligence, I imagine actually a bit more than rats, but not, rats are pretty smart.
That's what I'm saying. You want to try it on an intelligent creature? I mean, you could save your strength.
I think I should maybe save my energy. So I'm kind of looking sadly at the.
Very
I'm
tempting.
just wondering what it
It's
wants
like
to
preening
say.
a little bit.
All right. Well, I guess we're just waiting for Erland then.
Ah, right. Okay.
A little bit of time here at the bar. Safira polishes off one, takes the other one in her hand, begins to drink.
It's a little warm now. Just a little.
And once
Drink the first
again,
one fast.
left behind in his room at the deck, Graven cannot slow the onslaught of thoughts passing through his mind. What the current plan is, what the next step is if that should fail, and what dire lengths he might go to in the event of disaster. Your heart's kind of fluttering, racing a little bit as you comprehend maybe how far you could be set back if you were to get arrested or detained or worse, or what kind of permanent obstacle you'd be setting up by making an enemy of the Broken Crown. So, you have some time here in the room. What are you doing?
I think it's rest time. Like 8 hours from now is like 5 a.m.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah.
I think I need to focus on rest and hope that they get stuff done in the night so that I can.
Sort of sits and start, and almost as if tempting fate, your butt touches the bed.
Oh no.
No.
There's a knock at the door.
No. Don't answer it.
My butt made a noise.
Don't
never made
answer
that noise
it.
before.
Don't answer your butt.
It sounds like a regular knock, not like a little birdie.
Sounds like a regular knock.
Who is it?
Knocking gets a little impatient.
I'll go over to the door and crack it.
Crack it open a little bit. You crack open the door and you look out. And you see a tiefling woman. Rare bluish pigmentation to her skin. And horns that kind of curl out like a ram's. And she sort of is in the middle of licking her fingers like she just finished eating something. And she gets her face like very close to the crack in the door. So the two of you are like just a few inches apart.
Do I know you?
Yeah, I could probably make this work.
Is it possible that we have a mutual friend?
Yeah. Do I have something in my teeth?
Why don't you come in? And I'll open the door the rest of the way.
She closes it behind her.
So, Billy tells me that you've got an observation problem, and I'm inclined to agree. Poor
Yes.
bastards out there aren't trying too hard to hide it, are they?
No, they were offered quite a lot of gold.
Well, I don't know what the specifics are of what you're on about, but I can buy you a few hours if you need it. Villapont says you're good for the money.
A few hours. You can get all eyes off me for a few hours.
Yeah.
All right.
And as you're doing that and putting your face kind of down, you rub your eyes a little bit and you look up and you're looking at an almost perfect replica of yourself across the room. You see a graven figure sort of equally picking at his teeth with sort of a large graven finger.
You like what you see?
Yes. I didn't mean for that to be its
And a little bit of magic again, and she drops the disguise. And you see kind of from head to toe, sort of the gray skin fading into blue, and the horns once again. And you see that it's an illusion, which you suspected immediately, sort of upon seeing it.
So, I think you get an idea of what I can do. And Villy also had a note for you.
She reaches into her pocket.
Ah, shit, I forgot it. Something about trying to get into the room of safe deposit, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well, the gist of it is that you're pretty much fucked on that account. But if you do manage to get in, he knew a bit about the security measures they have, right? So first, when you open the door, the sending stone that they use to listen in is in a little cage on the ceiling. Might miss it if you weren't looking for it, but that's where it is. Also, until they get someone from the BC up here who's better trained, they've been using Franco to charge the sending stone. Rumor has it he has a way to uncharge them too, if you need to.
Okay.
Second, at the bottom of the stairs, there's going to be 2 stone pillars on your left and right when you get into the room of safe deposit. And the pillar on your right, at the very base, there's a little foot pedal. And if you kick that foot pedal, room fills up with the essence of ether. It's an emergency way to lock the room down.
All right.
Third, there was more. Oh, yeah, each little spot for the items has a little wee bell attached to the inside. And it doesn't do anything harmful, but it makes a little noise if you try to stick your hand in. So there's that.
All right.
And lastly, the 2 guards that typically work the overnight shifts are Private Sylvia and Private Elwood. And they're both very afraid of crocodiles. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that, but that's what it is.
Good. Very
This is all
good.
shit that Villapont told me.
Yes. Very, very good. I understand that the room itself is underground.
Yeah,
You don't know how deep underground, do you?
it's like a basement. It's like 1 floor, I think.
And is it situated directly underneath the building.
Yeah, I think so. Never been in myself, but Philippon described it.
I can create an area of silence.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Right. Listen,
So if there's anything you need to do, this is how it works, okay?
Right.
I've got Alter Self and Disguise Self. The two spells, one's harder than the other to do, so it's more expensive. 30 gold per hour per Alter Self. Or 15 gold per hour per Disguise Self. Now, Disguise Self, it's easier, but easier to detect that it's not, you.
Sorry, the first one, 30 gold an hour for which spell?
Alter Self.
Altar. And these are both, you cast them on yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have a way, you couldn't alter me, could you?
I got a nice big coat that you sneak out with.
Oh my god.
But first, I look like you, and I go walk, they follow me. You wait a bit, and then you go.
Right. I need a little time. I need to figure out when exactly I might need this, if I need it tonight or if I need it tomorrow morning.
I don't know that I'm going to be around tomorrow morning.
Billy said you might need him now.
Right. Yes, well, yes. Things are all just happening. I need to confer with... Hopefully they're still here. Can you wait here a moment?
Okay.
I'll be back.
She kind of plops down on the bed and takes like another piece of fruit out of her pocket.
Thank you.
Sir? You rush downstairs and you see, sort of deep in conversation, Safira and Orba there at the bar.
So,
And just as you say so, out of the corner of your eye, door opens and Erland walks in.
Walk
There's
over
no seats, but you all are kind of like crammed at the end of the bar
Yeah,
here.
I'll sort of lean in. You forgot the fucking climbing kits.
Fuck's sake, sorry.
That was rude.
Assuming you remembered.
Yes, I picked up 3 climbing kits.
Ah, brilliant.
we are flush with kind kids. Fantastic. Listen,
Why are you down here?
the private investigator has sent me some help.
What?
There
Okay.
is a tiefling mage who can disguise herself as me.
Oh, well, that's.
Oh, that's good. I can't believe we
Useful.
didn't think of
I
that.
mean,
Yes,
how
she's-
reliably? Good? Like,
Yes,
good?
very. Yes.
And I'm Severa's kind of looking around the bar.
really
Crazy
good.
Should we be having this conversation down here, or should we have it in the room? Because I want to look around and can I see if there's anyone that looks like they're listening to
Give me an
us?
investigation check.
You can't say that stuff, dude. Investigation. 15.
15. People seem very much involved in their own business. However, you do, a ways on the other side of the room, see someone kind of leaning back, and he watched Graven. He seems to kind of have his eyes on Graven, and you recognize him as Hatchet, sort of leaning back, sort of just curious about seeing someone that he isn't too fond of in the bar. But he's on the other side of the room. He certainly couldn't hear you by any means, but he's just kind of keeping his eye on your party.
Listen, I think I just better get the gist of it out now because I've been in and out of this room 4 times today, and I just think that the more strange thing would be continue to do that. So, she is upstairs right now. She can come out of the room as me, and shortly thereafter, me in a cloak. The time to use this is now.
Okay.
So, what is the first part of our plan? We have to go. You need to go south for the.
We have to
Yes.
go an hour south to acquire a sort of a black box for Lieutenant Colonel Orba, which will hopefully provide Orba and I access to the room of safe deposit.
How much time do you have?
It's about 30 or 15 gold per hour. So,
Well,
Right.
plenty of time, but
it seems like whatever took out the carriage is perhaps magical in nature, right? Because witnesses saw the riders sort of riding towards the cliffs.
I think they also described that the horses were like kind of leading a charge. So to me, it sounded like spooked horses, but you might be right.
Spooked horses or curse.
listen, these are all things that we can talk about on the way. I
Yes,
think.
let's go.
Yes, all
let's
good
go. You need to go.
I
I've gotta
also
go.
have more information about the room.
Oh.
That
Oh.
we need to get into. Yes,
Okay.
yes, I will get into more
But
of
later.
that. But
Let's not
again,
talk
I
about that now.
I wish that we could use her service tomorrow morning as well. But hopefully,
Well,
we
no,
won't have to worry about it then.
She didn't say you couldn't. Also,
Right.
just that you have to find her. She's
Right.
not. She's here now, but she didn't know where she is.
Here's the thing. We have a plan right now that we can, again, talk about it on the way, but we have a plan right now wherein we can save you without you even having to put yourself at risk.
I mean, that's what
Will I be
used to-
useful right now going south without magic stores?
No.
Cantrips, but yes.
Probably not.
Are you healthy? Do you
You have
feel...
no armor.
I have my shield.
What I think we're gonna need you more for is when we, do our more important task.
Are you able to
I think you
heal
should rest
right
up
now?
for
Do you-
that.
No healing?
I think
No
he should
healing.
rest for ultimately when we do need you. We really probably
When are we
do.
going to need him
We
tomorrow?
don't need him tomorrow.
You think
are
you'll
we-
be able to get back
We're
this?
doing all of this tonight.
Okay.
You think you'll be able to get back?
That's what Warber told us.
How late is Warber there tonight?
I think he said till maybe like 11. Did I make
He's
that
waiting
up?
for us. He knows we're going now.
So
This
We
is
need
all
to
happening
go
tonight.
now. We need
That's
to go right now.
Yes. So would you like to come?
Yes.
great.
Great.
Are you
How
sure
much
you
do you
should waste
need?
your energy doing that if we're gonna do something else later tonight?
What are you
Well,
doing?
he
What's
can't-
he doing later tonight?
I thought we were. Are we not? Am I confused about the timeline?
He and I are dropping off our very special item tonight.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
I think that's what we're gonna need.
But that's not
more.
going to require 4 people.
But
What-
also,
But I'm not gonna be there.
that's not long enough for a long rest. Like Graven wouldn't have
Oh,
his
short
magic
rest.
then anyway.
Yeah.
He already did short rest.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
guess.
yes,
Okay.
theoretically.
You don't
I
get spell
didn't
slots
realize.
back unless it's a long rest.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, okay.
And you would know that he needs to fully.
Well,
recover.
it's up to you. It's what you want to do. If you want to come, then you can come. But
You are welcome.
I need
have
to
money.
do something.
I have money. How much you need?
How far south do we need to go? How
An
long
hour.
will it take?
An hour.
so we're gonna need at least 4 or 3 hours at least.
Minimum 3.
Yeah.
And we should probably.
Can you
beg
put
for
her
more
like a
time
deposit
rather
down
than
for like
less.
2 hours and then pay the remainder of whatever we use?
I would pay her for whatever
I
time we're
imagine.
gonna spend because you don't want her to fuck off on her duties
Can we
for a
trust
second.
this magic user? To not just...
Fuck's
Because
sake,
your
I hope
life
so.
is...
She comes from. Yes.
What's her name? Who is she?
Didn't say her name.
I didn't catch her name.
What does she look like?
She's upstairs.
So now
We
we're
can go
trusting
over
a
there.
nameless.
upstairs.
No,
stranger.
I think that's the whole idea.
Oh, no, we're not supposed to all...
No. We can't go up together.
Not all going to go up together.
How much gold would you like?
15 an hour.
Wait, you said it was 15
60.
or 30.
60 gold.
60 gold?
I need 60 gold.
Okay, I give you 60 gold.
Are you sure? What was the 15, 30?
15. I'm going to. For 4 hours, I'm going to. Yes, she's going to be able to disguise herself for 4 hours
Okay.
for 60 gold.
That's
Okay.
a pretty good rate. I should be charging people for this. 60
A great
gold.
idea. Thank you. Thank you.
You would also know, I will say, because you've seen Orba do it, you're aware of some of the limitations of disguise self. You can't talk. It doesn't change your voice.
Right.
And also, if someone bumped into her, they might
would.
bump into an invisible horn or something. So I would just say, not that you
Whereas-
can't.
yeah, whereas
Alter
Alter
Self
is-
physically changes the way you are for the duration.
Okay. Thank you for the 60. Hear me out. A more convincing disguise would cost another 15 per hour, so 30 per hour.
Well, I just spent 60 gold on 3 fucking climbing
Okay,
kits, so
I
I
will-
think we can... what I was
Alright,
going to say
alright.
is I think your life is worth more than some climbing
All right,
kits.
so
Oh,
90
good.
gold, 3
Yeah,
hours.
you sounded like you were going
really
in the
sounded like you were
opposite
going the
No,
opposite
direction.
look,
direction.
I know that...
Wasn't sure.
I know that I'm me, but I do care that we save him.
90 gold, 3 hours.
Thank the gods.
Well, I just gave you
suppose.
60. Can we
Yes.
do another 30? Teen.
Yeah, no.
10, 10,
absolutely.
10 or something?
No, I'm happy to just give 30. He
All
paid
right.
for the climbing kits.
Not much... Sure.
You
It's
also,
fine. It's
Thank
not,
you.
You
it's
also
fine.
purchased the crystals. Anyway.
We can.
Wait, it's fine. It's fine. It's
The
fine.
IOUs will get filled out later.
Graven's like itching to gotta get out of this
giving
fucking
him-
bar.
All right.
This fucking
Thank
tower.
you.
Take your 30 gold.
You should all start heading south now. I will catch up with you. I need to obscure myself and.
You don't want to share horses? We're going to take horses. We only have 3.
Well, I have my. Who?
We can...
He doesn't have
two
one.
of us can ride together then, and
Okay.
we'll leave the
Yeah,
third
you're
one
short
for you.
one horse. You have 3 horses.
Yeah.
I have my horse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
doesn't
mine's
have
still-
one.
Erland's
Okay.
is in
Upa.
no.
Yeah, we will share 2 horses. You meet up with us.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
Graven takes the gold, pockets it, and starts to head up the stairs. You guys have a moment here.
Do I see Kinsey anywhere at the bar still?
Give me a investigation check.
Oh, is that your new friend?
5.
5. The place is packed. You know, it's possible he's here, but you would have to spend some serious time.
Give me one moment. Give me one moment. This is to try and save Marvin
Okay.
before we leave. I'm gonna sort of walk along the bar to the bartender.
Okay.
Can I get? Excuse me. I know it's busy. Have you seen a man? And I'm gonna describe Kinsey. Have you seen? He was supposed to come here.
Yes, he was drinking here. And he looks down the bar. Here, not sure, a couple of hours ago.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'm gonna sort of try and wade through the crowd and ask a few other people if they see anyone.
Give me an investigation with disadvantage here.
5 again.
5. As you're kind of pushing, have you seen a man? It looks like you sort of try to describe him. People sort of waving you off. I mean, not that you can tell.
Okay, anyone that I do recognize?
No. I think, no.
Fuck.
Other than
come back to the
bartender that you
group.
spoke to.
All right, I was trying to find someone I know to pick up the letter to save Marvin. I don't know what to do about that.
Can we not
What about the
send
mage
someone?
person?
Well,
She's
no.
supposed to just be walking around. with
Right, no,
Graven.
but Graven shouldn't be leaving town and going to a mail house right now.
No,
Is that considered town?
I don't want to
I
risk
don't
it.
wanna risk
I
it.
think what we can do. Look,
Okay.
these people who've been following Graven, they were paid off to do something. You could pay someone to do
It's
it.
too important. I don't want anyone looking at the note.
Well, pay them a lot. It's better than not doing it at all. I would rather trust a stranger than not even try, and that's the other option right now. Because we're occupied, very occupied. Unfortunately, very occupied.
All right. I'm gonna go back to the bartender. I'm so sorry. I know it's busy. I'm so sorry. Is there anyone at the bar here who sort of performs tasks for sort of gold, like messengers? Are there any messengers here?
I can get one of the boys to do something.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Yes.
You need to run a note upstairs?
No, I need to run. I need someone to run to the mailroom for me. I'll.
In Nagarwis?
Yes, I know. Well, that's why I'm asking someone at the bar, not one of your guys.
Oh. Anybody want to run a note to Nagarwis? And everybody kind of looks at him. How much?
1 gold.
Fuck off.
5 gold.
Fuck off. People kind of sitting.
This is
You bastard.
10 fucking gold.
I'll do it.
Who is this guy? What's
He's
his
sort
deal?
of
What are we dealing with?
same guy, different voice. Fuck off. Yeah, I'll do it. Sort of a shorter dwarven man with kind of blonde frizzy hair and a sort of puffy beard kind of waddles over to you. He looks like someone from the docks. He's like wearing like big like boots that go up to his calves, sort of like heavy wading boots.
All right. There's a note for me at the mail house. All right. I just need you to pick it up for me. It'll either be under Erland or just a description of me.
Sort of leans back a little bit.
Got it.
All right. And then give it to the bartender and tell him to put it in. What room number are we in? What room number was mine in the end?
You're
yours.
3E.
3E.
You're 3E. You're 3B.
3B. And then just tell the bartender to slide it under 3B.
Okay.
Or you actually can just slide under 3B yourself. Just slide under 3B.
Okay.
Great. I'll give you 5 gold now and 5 gold upon completion.
Oh.
I'll give you 10 gold now and 10 gold upon completion.
Oh.
And if I find it's red, I beat you up and take the 10 gold.
Well, now hold on a minute.
If
What
you-
if it looks? What if it's not sealed?
Oh my god.
How will I know?
Oh my god.
You're just gonna say you read it.
Oh.
You're right. 10 gold now, 10 gold when it is safely delivered this evening.
Damn.
What's your name, friend?
Skip.
Skip. Thank you, Skip. Thank you, Skip. Here you go. 10 gold now.
Takes it, puts it in the butt. All right, out now.
Skip, pull through.
So immediately heads for the exit.
Stumbling, you said like 8 years.
Skip
What
is
is it?
the
What-
hero.
Thank you, sir. And he walks into
What room number is it? Sorry?
Yours is 3B.
3E?
B.
B.
He's 3. Your B is in
Butt.
buttocks.
Huh? Who's back?
He's 3. B is in buttocks.
Ah.
I'm gonna sort of go back. I can't tell you how fucking hard this has been to find someone to get a letter for me. All right. Shall we?
Yes.
You doing
calm
okay?
down.
No, I'm very I'm trying
Safira's
to...
gonna shove the rest of her ale.
No,
into
I
this
need my
space.
facilities with me. I'm trying to save too many
Oh,
lives
so you're
this
telling me
evening.
you can't take
Okay.
half an ale?
No.
You can't drink. And Safira's gonna like down
Slams it
it
back
and
with
slam
the
it on
best
the
of 'em.
table.
Damn.
All right.
Okay, shall we go?
Yes, please.
After you, and I'm gonna kind of gesture dramatically for
sort of
Erland
hustle
to go.
through the crowd.
Push through the crowd.
Very
through the door. We go back up
Looks
to
up
Graven's room where he returns. He sort of opens the door as small as possible, slips in, and then closes the door. And she's still sitting there, kind of.
So, what we got?
All right, here is 90 gold.
All right.
3 hours.
Now that's good because I can only do alter self 3 times, so 3 hours is what you get.
Oh no.
Jesus.
Okay,
I can do disguise self after that, but less convincing.
right. Well, let's start with that. And if for any reason we do not make it back in that 3 hour, possibly just another 4th hour of disguise self, I will have somebody. Here's what I need you to do.
Okay.
Stay away from reciprocity. But
Okay.
it would.
That place stinks anyway.
Yeah. But being seen near the Broken Crown outpost would be good.
Alright.
As though you were scouting the building. Don't not.
You want me to hang around there the whole time?
No. Perhaps just in the first hour,
stand
and then make your way back to this room.
All right.
Perhaps you could save some of your energies once you get back here. You'll only need to use it maybe for 1 hour.
I can do that. I don't know who's watching you. I don't know if it benefits you more for people to actually see me rather than me, locked here in the room.
That's what I mean. For the first hour, yes, please go out, be seen near the Broken Crown outpost. Maybe an hour and a half, come back, and just in the room.
All right. You leave that to me.
Oh, okay.
You just tell me where else I can't go and what I can't do, because I'd rather not die.
Right. Yes. Not that I think that you. No, I don't think anything would happen to you. But nowhere near reciprocity, nowhere near the abandoned Broken Crown outpost in the north. Better to be seen near the current Broken Crown outpost and here, I suppose.
You won't pay me to hang around in a bar for 3 hours. I can do that.
Good. I wouldn't say that I have close friends in this town, but Vane Mohakra, I was playing cards with earlier.
I know him.
He may approach you.
Sure.
But-
Anything I shouldn't say?
No. I suppose not. Oh my god. I guess nothing about his friend. If he asks about Chris, you don't have any more info.
All right.
I think that's it.
Oh my god.
Perhaps you should do it now and leave the room.
Yeah.
Before I.
Now you
Yes.
should wait 10 minutes or so,
Yeah.
and then you take a walk.
Yes. That's good. Thank you.
Did you hand her the money already?
Yes,
Right?
yeah.
You hand over the money. So you give her 90.
90
Great.
gold.
Hand over the 90.
energy in this party.
Can we
takes it.
write some of this shit off at least?
I know.
You were spending.
All right, let's do this.
She takes a moment, sort of whispering, and some of the skin sort of turning a gray and sort of increasing in size a little bit on the fingers and the limbs, and sort of a swirl of magical energy kind of right before your eyes. Her clothes kind of like fold over almost as if reversible, and they turn into the tunic that you're wearing as it sort of folds over. Okay.
Excellent. So,
What do you think?
it's a bit disconcerting, but I appreciate it. I will have one of my friends come to you if we come back within the 3 hours, and hopefully no more than 4.
She reaches into a pocket and pulls out another piece of fruit. Okay.
Good luck.
Reaches into a bag and pulls out kind of a big cloak that's just kind of loose fitting. If you need it.
All right.
See you in 3 hours. Opens the door, heads out into the hallway.
Oh my god. It's Spider-Man meme.
So closes the door behind, and immediately as you hear footsteps in the hallway, you can hear a little, like, other sets of footsteps also moving down the halls. It sounds like maybe some other people are following in that direction. You take a look at the cloak. It's pretty cheap, but it's big. It's like, a big poncho almost that you can kind of drape over yourself, and it has kind of a very loose hood that goes at the
I
top.
do still have my shield.
Okay.
Yeah, but my mace. Yeah, I'm gonna hold tight for 10, maybe even 15, 10 minutes. 10
Okay.
minutes.
All right. Graven waits for a moment, making sure that the coast is clear. But we head back out to the outside, where Erland, Orba, and Safira get to the stables. They pick out their horses. There's a young stable boy there who brings out the horses. You guys get your things.
Who's sharing? Who wants to ride with me?
I'll ride with you.
Okay,
Hop on the other horse.
all right. South.
South,
Yes.
then, yes.
I guess we're not waiting for him.
No, he said you'd catch up.
Yeah, I
I
think
know,
we need to.
I wanted to ask him and didn't get a chance. The Mr. Two guy, he doesn't know who he's traveling with, does he?
I don't know. I think we're kind of fucked on that end, anyways.
Okay, whatever. So I guess let's go.
All right. Let's
Did,
just.
did Warber say, well, I guess I can. Did Warber say to bear left towards the coast then?
Yes, I believe
Yes,
he did.
rather than the honey coast.
Yes, I
Yeah, he
believe
said
so.
Towards the crabbers, yes.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not toward the
No.
crabbing community.
I thought there was only 2 options. It's like one's like honey coast
Yes.
and then crabbers.
So Honeycoast is much further
Yeah.
south, but yes, the at that split that you got to, it goes toward the coast, toward the crabbers, or further south. And he was saying, yeah, don't split off toward the coast. Keep following the road south.
I see.
Oh,
I see.
I misunderstood. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
it doesn't split. Like if you're heading this way, it doesn't split off like this. It's keep going forward or split off to the left. And
Oh,
he's
and,
saying
and
keep going
where I was
south.
ambushed was like
Yes.
right on the south,
Yep, right
and
on
then
the-
sort of carried, I guess, inland.
Yeah, further north. It like carried the chase went up north a little bit.
Right. Okay. Great.
So he's just saying keep going south.
Oh, I
Because
see.
also the crabbing community was only like 20 minutes south. He's saying this is
an hour. I see.
south.
I see. Okay. All right. So we ride south then.
Yes, let's reach some kind of a, point in the road that's hidden enough, and we can wait for Graven. to
Yes.
catch up.
There's a fork in the road. We should probably wait there so that Goliath doesn't get lost.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we sort of start riding.
You guys start to ride. Not too quickly at first. You're still navigating some of the streets here along the river in Wamparani. You find your way out of town without issue. The sun being down kind of provides this foreboding reminder that without the light from the city's establishments, the road is going to get dark very quickly. I mean, the 3 of you have dark vision out to 60 feet, but beyond that, it gets very, very dark. You have torches if you need them. Graven also has ways to make light on his own, but it's certainly out of the city starts to get dark very, very quickly. And for that reason, even less people are traveling at this hour. Just a very occasional kind of bouncing lantern that you see from someone on horseback. And those seldom few give you kind of a wide berth. So you're getting over the bridge and kind of just getting south. One kind of bouncing lantern passes you by, and they give you kind of a nice wide way around to indicate no ill will or sort of any intent to sort of engage at all. But as you're just, getting away from the city lights, I need all of you to give me a perception check.
Oh God.
Perception.
Jesus, guys.
15.
6.
12.
12.
Thanks, guys.
No,
like.
Orba and Safira are riding kind of up front, sort of next to each other, and it's Orba sort of, her interest gets piqued, and that causes Safira to look, and the 2 of you kind of look over to what looks like 3 people kind of in a tight triangle, kind of talking to each other, and nothing would seem especially out of the ordinary, except that for Orba, one of the people looks familiar. It looks like Erland from back in Nagarwis, who sold you the potion, and they're sort of having a kind of quiet, little heated conversation, and at one point it even sort of looks like he points south, down along the road. So you see a little quiet conversation.
How far away are they?
I mean, they're just off the road, so as you're riding by, maybe 20, 30 feet over there.
Okay, Orba's just gonna reach and, I'm assuming you're behind me, I'm just gonna, grab your thigh, just as, a little, pressure, just to, point out that something's up, but I'm gonna keep quiet for a little bit. Until we're maybe 50 feet away from them, past them.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, you ride past. They do not acknowledge you guys at all. They're
Okay.
just quietly kind of talking.
can we catch any of their conversation?
They're whispering very
Okay.
quietly, and you didn't ride close enough for that.
Okay, I'm gonna slow up on the horse at this point.
Okay.
And
Sort of
just
slow up, seeing that behind you.
quietly over my shoulder, just. Did you notice the 3 people talking?
Yeah. What
Okay.
was going on there?
One of those is the guy who tried to sell the potions, the Broken Crown potions.
Oh.
I'm assuming those potions now were stolen from this carriage,
Almost. Oh. Maybe, I suppose.
right?
So you think these are the people responsible for the...
Either that or they're planning on doing a second round of pillaging the remains.
Do you think he already took the black box?
I don't know. Do we go mess them up?
We should check to make sure they didn't steal the black box if you think you already stole something.
So wait, check where?
Hit them.
Check them?
How do we do that without starting a fight?
We start a fight.
Well, what if we end up having to fight something? What if they're not the thing that actually got rid of this carriage and
Well,
took
they may
these
not
supplies?
be. I'm not saying they may not have been
No,
the
but
thing that damaged the
what
carriage.
I'm saying
but
is,
there
can we
someone
do
who was
2
stealing.
combats tonight? Do you
Maybe
want to
we
fight
just.
twice? I don't know. I don't know if I have the energy for that.
I mean, neither do I.
So I don't know. We either have to stake this out a bit and try to talk to them, see if they've got any information. I don't know, or we've got to just keep moving and
Well-
try to see if the thing isn't left where it was supposed to be.
It seems like they were planning on going back, so the odds are we're
We
going
might
to bump
encounter
into
them
them
again.
anyways.
Yes.
They were pointing toward it.
They were pointing. I didn't see them.
Yeah,
I was
yeah, they were pointing
looking at the
toward
coast.
the location. It's very pretty. They were pointing toward where we were heading. So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe they're making like a second
and they're
trip.
also out together at night, whispering,
We
conspiring
should
together.
ride
so
as
I'm
quickly as
assuming-
possible then to try and get ahead of them.
Okay, what about how's Graven going to find us?
We don't
Once
want
he
Graven
arrives,
to come
we
into
ride
a
as quickly
trap.
as possible then.
Okay, they didn't have like horses or anything with them.
No, they were on foot.
They were walking. So
Okay. Hopefully we can.
okay,
Yes,
let's
Hopefully they
before.
don't notice we're going in the same direction. That's a bit awkward.
Well,
It's the main road.
yeah. I mean, we either fight them there or we fight them here.
I'm barely ready for one combat, honestly.
Oh, well,
Why
thanks,
are you saying this
Erland.
now? Am I the only person that's going to be okay for a combat?
No, we're
Well,
gonna
look,
be
if
fine.
things
we'll
look
be
a
fine.
little
we'll be
dicey,
fine.
We can
We can do what? We're gonna have to
wait an
wait.
hour.
Wait.
No.
Wait,
That's
hang
another
on,
30
hang
gold.
on. So you plan
Oh
in
my
the middle of
Oh, there
combat.
is another 30 gold.
Okay,
Jesus.
we'll be fine. Everything's fine. We're going to get to this fork in the road. We're going to wait for Graven. Graven's going to come super fast, and then we're going to beat these guys up at the carriage.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And we're going to win. And then we're going to find the lockbox, and then we're going to bring it back to the Orba guy, and we're going to get in there, and we're going to destroy this stupid fucking crystal.
Okay.
We've known each other for about 2.5 weeks, and this is easily the worst night we've had.
You have the worst
Thank you,
sense of time.
Erland.
Orba.
You are making this worse.
How long has it been?
It's been over a month.
Has it?
Gosh, it feels like.
Time flies when you're dying every day.
Oh God.
This is what's going to happen. It's going to be fine.
We're gonna be fine. It's gonna be
trotting along
fine.
next
It's gonna
to
be
them.
fine.
Pick up the pace a little bit. You guys begin to run.
God damn it, you guys.
I have no key points and no sepsis.
So Graven, you
suck.
wait a moment. 10 minutes or so.
I'm gonna die in this way.
Crack the door and you look out into the hallway. Give me a perception. Give me an investigation check as you peek your head out.
Oh, 17.
17. You give a look around, and there's certainly less people in this hallway now. Some people have kind of found the rooms. You know, a couple of people are heading down the hall towards one of the rooms. Another person is kind of drunkenly stumbling through the hall.
You know, it's got a hood, I imagine. Yep.
And when you put the hood up, it like cuts really low down. Like it can go over your eyebrows there.
Yep.
And you take a moment here to just look around. You don't see any of the kind of raggedy clothed figures that you've seen around the bar.
Not fast. Just with purpose.
So you are taking your shield with you. Like, what are you taking? Okay, you're pretty much most of your belongings.
Yep.
You're taking with you. Okay. Sort of with the sort of cloth tucked around you, make your way, pushing past a few people on the staircase. You make your way down, and you spare a moment just to peek toward the interior of the bar, and you see yourself with an arm around a woman, kind of on one side, and ale in the other hand.
Oh no! Yes!
I'm gonna meet some woman and like the next day, and she's gonna be like, "Hey,
You're like, don't touch me.
oh, that's so mean."
And not only that, as we'll lump this in with the other investigation check, sort of as she's there, with the ale in hand, arm around, you see a couple sort of raggedy cloaked figures just kind of like watching creepily from a distance, kind of in the corners of the bar there.
Oh my god.
Why do they always gotta be doing this shit?
They all have mustaches.
Well, they all have like crappy jackets that you have to pull tight to keep warm,
Oh,
kind
okay.
of. That's kind of what I was doing. Yes, they all have scoliosis and they all and T-Rex.
All right. Make my way out the door.
Head out the door. And what feels like one of the most refreshing breaths of air you've taken in a long time.
To the
Feel the
stable.
colder air around you. Head to the stables. You get your horse.
You
Saddle
could
up.
just explain to Mr. Two that what we're doing
Oh my god, yeah.
is in service
I have many
what he
things I would
asked
like
us
to
to do.
say to him. But yes, Kid Hood still up, head south.
So you guys arrive at that little crossroads. Sort of, it's dark, so it's not quite the familiar terrain it was, but you get to that point where it looks like this dirt path spreads out to the left toward the coast or continues further south. So you reach that point. Empty in this area as far as you can tell. You can, see the city lights in the distance very far away, but nobody has passed you by for 5-10 minutes at least, that you've been traveling. So you get to this little crossroads here.
Okay, so this
So
is the
that-
place where we
Yeah.
were supposed to hold up and wait for him.
Yeah,
I guess I'm gonna kind of anxiously look back. Yeah.
I'll grab my spyglass out and keep an eye on the road ahead. I know
Sure.
it's dark and
You won't be able to
shit.
see beyond. You have 60-foot dark vision
Yeah.
unless you have a light source of some kind. So it wouldn't matter if you have the spyglass. You're not seeing beyond that 60 feet anyway.
I understand.
Unless
I
you're
put
looking
the
toward the
spyglass.
city
Orba
lights.
looks and just puts it away.
Sort of anxiously drumming on my saddle. That's that's where I was ambushed down that way. Safira knows.
Oh,
It's
bummer.
like a guided tour. On your left.
That's where I was ambushed.
Right. So
That's where Marvin Bishop is somewhere in the
so
gestures broadly
as
towards
we're
the
just
night.
waiting for Graven, what happened?
Well, how much do you know?
I know that you want to turn me into a mutant to use a whistle in a theatrical performance. That's all I know.
Potentially, yes. Well, I went to see
Sorry. Oh no.
Those 2 beers got
yeah,
to
she's-
Safira real quick.
I went to see Marvin, and there was an ambush of probably 20 men. It's going up.
That was 100.
He's gonna tell Graven later, he's like, there was like 50 guys.
And I got all but 49 of them.
Yeah.
The last one, I succumbed. I finally succumbed. I walked up and went like this.
There was a hill giant? I wish you were there.
Oh my
There was-
god.
Don't go check though.
Don't quote me.
Yes.
There were many men in an ambush door, and but anyways, I let myself be taken, and they interrogated. I got to speak with Marvin for a little bit, and they interrogated me. And Marvin's all right, but he's sort of embroiled in this. It was the Baron's men. They're trying to move into Mukmu.
Oh.
It's a power grab, basically, by the
Marvin
Baron.
they have nothing to do with the harvesting
Right,
yard.
okay.
He wants a foothold, and
he
basically
wants-
the Lemonade Man is the only foothold that he can get. and
Right.
He wants to control him. And
I
he
think
thinks
I think I remember that part.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
If you say that so you're telling me that you expected, when you walked to that door, you
Oh,
expected
goodness.
to get ambushed, you let yourself get captured? No, really, seriously.
I thought it
Really?
was a distinct possibility, yes, and the plan worked. I got to speak to Marvin.
All right.
What did he
honest-
sound like?
Regular person. I don't.
Oh.
It doesn't.
That's
That's
not very
boring.
descriptive.
Well,
Are you
no,
sure
we-
you talked to him?
Yes, we had a sort of a long conversation about. He honestly doesn't know much.
Hang on.
unfortunately.
When you were captured, they just let you talk to
It
him.
was an accident, actually. They didn't
Oh.
realize I'd woken
So
up.
are they not well prepared, these people who have managed to capture you?
They're sort of hooligans, but there's many of them. There's just they weren't trying to kill me. They only had clubs and whatnot. They weren't using any sharp objects.
That's
Alright.
kind of them, I suppose.
Well, and then they just let you
Well,
go.
well, no, they then knocked me out again, or I pretended to be knocked out, and they dragged me back to the sort of crabbers. Anyways,
You're
the
a very
point-
convenient kidnappee, Erland. You let yourself get taken, then you
Look, but
knock
I
yourself
think I know where
out.
they are, and I'm supposed to meet with them at some point tonight or tomorrow. They're providing some
Right.
sort of instruction.
Okay,
Marvin says he knows where Grimari is, or he knows how to find Grimari.
Okay.
that's nice. That could be nice.
Yes.
That would be nice to have.
Did he know how involved Grimari is?
Yes. He does not believe that organic alchemy should be occurring in the way that it is. That was why they initially
Well,
split.
yeah.
Well, he doesn't
Okay.
believe that. He has more sympathy for Grimari and his involvement in this than I do, and I think than we do. But he does disagree with the ethics of turning people into myconids, even if Grimari's intentions were just the sick and dying.
Oh.
Okay.
But he doesn't have any other intelligence into the harvesting yard or Grimari's involvement currently.
So do you want to find Grimari?
I thought you, strictly speaking, didn't want to find Grimari. I thought he had a bone to pick with you. Quite a big one, wasn't that the story?
Yes. I want to know how involved Grimari is in this. And I want to know if he had larger plans for me that he aired on.
Larger plans for you?
I was supposed to be his assistant, Marvin told me.
What?
I know.
Are you smart?
Well, I don't...
Smarter than he thinks he is.
I perhaps
sorry, actually,
was
I meant that the opposite
once
way.
upon a time, but But again, his assistant was this Myconid that was
Yeah,
turned
so
into
be
a Myconid.
grateful. That was not a job opening that it
That's
seems
exactly
you would want.
what I'm trying to
Wait.
say. Is how much did Grimari?
Whose assistant? What?
Oh, the person that was turned into a Myconid
Uh-huh.
in the harvesting yard was Grimari's assistant. Yes.
That's
Not
so
a good
fucked
job,
up.
doesn't look like.
So I want to know if
benefits.
Anson was left behind and turned afterwards. I want to know when Grimari left. I want to know how involved Grimari is in this.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I'd like to know that too, so... Suppose let's hope we can rescue Marvin in the midst of all this other shite.
And if I'm being totally frank, I want to know if he knows anything about my affliction.
Okay.
Okay.
So he can presumably cure it? Is that what you're thinking?
I want to make sure that this isn't going to kill me.
Fair enough. That would be... good to know, I think.
Yeah, let's go find Grimari. How hard could it be, right?
Erland sort of laughs. Fucking Goliath.
Safira's gonna kind of try again to see if...
A little bit of time passes, and sure enough, slowly coming down the road. Did you take out a light source? Or are you kind of following the road in the dark? You can follow the road in the dark, but it's you're blind more or less, unless you're looking back.
Figuring I would maybe intermittently turn, light the mace up, kind of in my cloak to kind of
Take a quick look around.
and
Sure.
make sure that I'm
So
on
in the
track.
distance, you kind of see like a,
Yeah.
and then it goes away for a little bit, and then a little bit closer. You hear kind of, and a horse kind of rides up in your direction.
Finally.
All right.
We're gonna get up on our horses.
Let's go.
We have to ride quickly. There's a group of...
People on foot behind
Tiefling?
us who we think might be
The
responsible.
people with the purple potions? Remember? Yeah, I think they're coming back. I think this is where they got the purple potions. That dude's a dick. So we're gonna fight him.
Okay.
All right, as we ride, tell us about this,
The room.
tell us about the security measures.
Yes.
You guys get on up. You start to ride. You try to keep in like a, side by side so you can sort of pass information along to each other.
So, in the center of the room, and the ceiling, that is where the sending stone is.
After you open the door on the ceiling.
Sorry.
When you open the door that
Yeah.
goes down to the basement, literally right there up on the ceiling on the other
When
side
you
of the door.
first get
Yes,
in.
not when you go down into the room itself.
When you open the door,
You open the
before
door,
you go down the
and
stairs.
there's a staircase going down. Yes,
Okay.
there is one. Just
All right.
Sigrid did tell
Thank
you that.
you.
Yeah.
So, the sending stone that alerts people when the door is opened is as soon as you come in that door, right above.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Next big thing is that each holding area for the pieces has a bell inside.
Oh, shit.
Now, in the morning, if we finish this tonight, I rest. I can create silence, a 20-foot bubble of silence.
Does that penetrate the ground? It's underground.
If I have a good idea of where the room is, I could certainly do it for where that sending stone is.
We don't know if this room is 100 feet by 100 feet. We don't know if it's 10 by 10.
We don't know where it is. Only
That's
Orba
why...
and I, maybe even only Orba is going to be allowed in.
That's why I'm trying to
I
send
know
the
it's
rat.
not deep.
I know it's
I
stupid,
know it's not
but
deep underground. I know it's
at least then we'd know where it was.
What other obstacles did you learn of? Anything else?
there's a trigger, a pedal. As you come down the stairs, enter the room, there are pillars on either side. at the bottom of the right-hand side pillar, there is a pedal. That is what is used to trigger to filling up the room with ether.
Essence of ether. Yeah.
Essence of ether.
Okay.
So, that would be something to keep other people away from.
Well, actually, is there something that can make you immune to essence of ether?
Oh, that would be good to know.
That I don't know.
You're aware of antitoxins? It would give you advantage against it.
I used an antitoxin recently. That would have helped, but I don't have any more.
antitoxin left.
I don't have any.
Do you?
Rummage in my bag here.
Because another option would be stepping on it and
Triggering it, and then he has to leave, and you do
take
your
it.
best to hold your breath.
Oh, hold your breath as well.
Well,
for
no,
work.
with the antitoxin, I suppose.
I can't hold my breath very long. Can you?
I don't know.
Can you hold your breath very
I
long?
mean, I can hold my breath. I don't know how long I can hold it.
I can hold my breath about 30 seconds.
That's pathetic.
I know.
Wow. There's also, do the names Sylvia or Elwood ring any bells?
You hadn't heard those before?
Those are the two that are on night watch tonight. That's
They
the
said
idea.
she said most nights.
Most
They're
nights.
like the overnight shift. Or
They will be the ones that are there during the overnight.
Okay.
I have a potion
And?
of water breathing.
Yeah, so do I.
So do I. What
Saphira,
type
you
of-
can't shapeshift
No.
into a crocodile, can you?
That would be cool, but no, I can't. I'm
Alright.
sorry.
Don't worry about
Are there any crocodiles? Well, why?
Why?
it. Just a stupid fact about them. They
Would
What?
a tortoise be alright? She can do a tortoise.
What about
I think
something
people that are
looks
afraid
like
of
a
crocodiles.
What does
are-
the
it's a little bit more
O'Hare
specific.
also afraid of
They're afraid of
tortoises,
crocodiles?
Just all reptiles.
The overnighters, yes.
including the really harmless looking ones.
Have we ever seen a crocodile? Like,
Sure.
sunbathing
Are
along
there
Maybe
any-
your
river?
river. You
Crocodiles.
definitely saw some in like the
Are there
Acrid
in the
Grove along the
coast?
river.
Are there like any coastal? There are some like I mean, in the real
You have
world there are
not
some that
seen
live in
them.
the
You-
ocean.
You have
Okay,
not seen them
that's-
along
yeah.
the coast of the.
They don't just like fucking hang out like Florida. Okay.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, anything else?
Could you make yourself look like a crocodile?
No. Only like humanoid creatures?
Well,
What about a human with a crocodile head?
what about
That'd
big
be very
lizards?
scary
Are there
if you
big
were-
lizards around here? And Safira's gonna kind of look as though she's gonna suddenly find some kind of big lizard.
You don't.
It was
Sad.
just an idea. I don't think we should spend that much more time on it.
Okay.
But
The bell makes a switch near impossible.
Mage
True.
hand,
Unless,
then?
is it possible, I suppose, if you know the bell's there to hold the bell, or is it located behind the item?
she was not that specific.
Hang on, not to bark up the wrong
But
tree
again, my ability to create silence, I think, would be.
We don't
I
know
think
how
that
big
would
the
be
room
very
is.
useful. But look, I'm gonna try to scout it. I think what we should do is once we figure this shit out, we get the chest and we sort this. I can go back round to the Broken Crown station and I can, I don't know, try to speak, find a rat or something, see if we can't find how big the room is and where it is. So at least we know. So at least we know if you can, you know, create this dome of silence in a place that's useful.
actually-
This,
Okay.
all being said, I think that this is the project for tonight, and early tomorrow morning is the room.
Let's just make sure we get the lockbox first.
Okay,
Okay.
if it's still there.
Again,
If your friend hasn't already taken it.
Yeah, let's
I
hope
hate that
not.
guy.
Not to bark up completely the wrong tree again, but is there? That's so specific. They're afraid of crocodiles. Is that because they're around them
I don't
all the
know.
time or something? We don't know that they're like. If there are people working by the coast, is that something
You
significant?
have not heard that.
It was a.
Okay, whatever. I give up on it.
You've heard no mention of them, and you haven't seen one since you've been in the Viva.
All right, I'll stop talking about the crocodiles. I'll stop.
It was an eccentric fact from an eccentric source. I don't know.
Okay.
Could be useful if we had one handy, but we don't. Shall we go?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, in whatever scrape up we end up getting into here, as you know, I'm not as
We have
robust right
healing
now as I
potions.
usually
So
am.
you
but
can't heal right now.
I cannot heal, no. But I could get into the thick of it and just, I don't know, help distract
You're
things. if-
feeling healthy, you're feeling strong.
Oh no.
Is that the face you make?
I am less than half the man that I usually am.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Well, Brilliant.
Do you have a healing potion on your person?
No, you took that one back.
Can you I'm gonna give him that fucking healing potion.
The purple bottle one.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Otherwise, I can attack from range with magic, but
That might be a good idea.
Well, look, we have to climb down first. Potentially. We have to sort of scout out the area. Do any of you magic users know of anything that would, other than simply fear, that would spook horses? Is there something that could force someone to hurt themselves? I know that we've seen spells that lightly control people. You can charm people. Is there something where you could convince a person to ride horses off a cliff?
not tonight. I can't.
right.
No, not. I'm trying to figure out what it is we might be dealing with.
Well, I guess like compulsion, it's a fine line of putting people at risk. If you like word it like make the horses go fast in that direction until I say stop, like I guess I don't know how a person would react if they see a cliffside but they're still under the spell.
Yeah, I think you would know this. There's different stages of mental manipulation.
Yeah.
There's lower level spells where you can, get someone to do something, but rarely able to get them to harm themselves. And then there's higher level spells, like very powerful spells, where you can get people to do almost anything.
But that's like
so-
crazy wizard shit.
Yeah, that would be like very, very powerful.
Under normal circumstances, I could make somebody do something simple, but certainly nothing that would hurt themselves.
I believe he's asking because the horses that
The horses
took this
were-
carriage off the cliff, we just don't know what the source of the issue was. It would be a very powerful mage to actually make somebody or something like harm
Hopefully
themselves.
it was just something scary in the woods and not a powerful mage.
Yes, that would be
Well, they could have been
preferred.
incapacitated before they ran off the cliff,
That too.
so the horses might not have seen the cliff coming. They
Let's
don't
just
have
be
the best
ready
depth
for
perception.
whatever comes our way. All right.
Graven thinks about it. Using hold person the next time he sees somebody driving a carriage by. Like, that would work.
So mean.
It's awful.
Not useful now, but good idea.
I like
Write it down. Write it down.
More uses in Graven's diary of things I can do with the whole person.
Oh my god.
All right.
Guys continue to ride. And the air gets a little crisper, chillier as the road kind of... You seem like you're getting a little closer and closer to the coast, like the road is kind of merging a little bit. And also the terrain rises decently quickly, so you're kind of going up a little bit and a little bit more toward the coast. Kind of recessed reflections off of the ocean telling you that it no longer levels out to the rocky beach that you saw at the crabbing community, that now there's like at first a small kind of drop off, and it looks like the drop off is getting bigger and bigger as the elevation continues to climb. You're still too far to peer over the edge. You'd have to leave the road to do that. But sounds of waves crashing is kind of amplified by the solid rock barrier that the sound is kind of bouncing off of. And the tumultuousness of the sea tells you that if a carriage went hurtling over the side, you're looking for wreckage, not survivors in a situation like this. I mean, it's getting to be that kind of height, unless it was someone with some ability to manipulate a fall like the way that you can. So you guys get a little closer. You feel, internal clock a little bit that you're getting to the point of about an hour south of town. So you're getting, and this area is a little more populated with trees. Like it was very flat and open for a long time, but now a little more. I wouldn't call it a forest, but trees are popping up here and there, so it's not just a complete flat land.
So we're looking for carriage tracks off the edge,
Yes,
yes?
perhaps slow down the horses. Can you provide some light so we
Yes.
can...
Shadows get cast out, and all the trees kind of cast these long shadows out in every direction.
So I want to be looking for... I assume that because we're on a road, a lot of the carriage and horse hooves are moving distinctly in this direction. I want to look for anything that seems to be like bisecting it.
Sure. Give me an investigation check. Everybody can get, if you guys are all looking around this area, everybody give me an investigation check.
19.
16.
23.
So you all kind of still on horseback, but you kind of acknowledge to each other, and you split a little bit. People going kind of in little different directions, not too far away from each other, but just trying to look for any unusual signs around the road. As you were looking for it specifically, Erland spots some deep tracks that kind of swerve off the road in the direction of the coast. And in addition to that, it's not just like a clean swerve, like it turned and just went straight forward. It looks like this person was a little out of control of the carriage like they kind of like move back and forth. Yeah, it doesn't look like just a straight shot the way the indentations in the grass kind of work their way. So this person was, not in control of the horses or not at sound of mind, something that just didn't, clearly make them go immediately toward the coast. So that's what Erland notices. Graven, as you kind of look around, you see a few pieces of broken boxes, things that may have fallen off of the carriage. A little splintered piece of wood here, a little chunk kind of like wheel maybe, like a little piece of a like curved piece of wood that looks like it could have been a piece of one of the wheels. You also see...
I'm going to take a chunk of the wheel.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you pick that up. And in addition, as you're walking, kind of guiding the horses through a little bit, you look up at one point, and it looks like you just reach out and pluck, and it looks like a torn piece of fabric that was maybe one of the window curtains. Like it got really close to the tree and ripped that window curtain right off. So you see pieces of the carriage around. That's what you kind of
he's
notice.
ahead of me.
Yeah, a little bit ahead of you, yeah. And Orba kind of off to the road a little bit further, so all of you spreading out a little bit. You look around, and at first don't really see anything in particular until you look up a little bit, and again, kind of in the foliage of the trees, which aren't kind of fully robust with leaves. They're a little sparse at this time, and the wind coming off the ocean. And there's one thing that sort of pokes out from the typical kind of greenish coloration of the trees that's doing like a little quick swaying in the wind. And you look up, and you take it, and it's a big feather, like a very big, like almost like bigger than a banana-sized feather.
Yeah.
That's sort of brownish in color.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, the
How
flag is
high above me? Like I was able to reach that.
Yeah,
Okay, so like 6 feet up.
you're on
in a
the
tree,
horse.
or-
Yeah, so like
I'm on a horse.
you're on top of your horse, so 7-8 feet up in the air in the branches there.
Okay.
I mean, maybe they have ups.
Okay.
I found some, and Safira doesn't see a fuck with them.
Severe needs glasses.
I found some carriage tracks. They're sort of wobbling and seem to be turning off the road.
Yeah, bits of the carriage here.
I got the feather.
Bits of the carriage.
Feather,
It already
and I'm-
fell apart on the road.
Bits of,
I'm
possibly
sort of riding up to Graven.
possibly parts of the wheel, the ripped curtains, and boxes that may have fell.
Graven, do you know what beast this would be attached to?
Do I recognize that?
You
at
can
all?
both take a look at it. What is your special monster type that you're like very familiar with?
I specialize in monstrosities.
Monstrosities.
So
I need both of you to give me nature checks, and you to give it with advantage.
Oh shit!
Oh.
31.
Oh, I need
Oh,
the advantage. Oh, okay. 14.
14.
Nice.
You sort of take the feather out of Orba's hands, and Graven has the light kind of up to it, and you feel it, and the feather, it's stiffer than usual. It kind of has a harder quality to it, and at first you kind of look at it, and you're like, you think this is a vulture feather. But then you look at the size, and it seems almost too big to be a regular vulture's feather. And you turn it over, and you look at the inside, and the sort of point where it would meet the creature is a little sharper on the inside. You turn it over in your hands, and you feel like maybe it could be a harpy feather,
Okay.
which is a monster.
Bad news. Unfortunately, this looks like it could be from a harpy.
What's that?
So explains the It's an. I don't know exactly what a harpy is.
So a harpy is kind of a partially humanoid, partial bird kind of hybrid.
Ooh.
And I will say also, they do frequent coastal, like shorelines and things, and they have a kind of luring song that can compel people to follow them, or so you know. So they, if you looked at them from a distance, if you saw them from the front, you might confuse them with a humanoid. They're not. They don't like speak common or anything like that. They're definitely like monsters, but they have a vaguely humanoid form and then big vulture wings off of their back, and they usually have like kind of scaly legs with pointed toes.
So that compulsion magic that you were talking about,
Yeah.
harpies sing a song that's alluring, I suppose, and I could see how someone might have followed it off a cliff, or perhaps followed it to this spot
Okay.
and then was ambushed.
Are they territorial creatures or?
They're sort of opportunistic creatures. Like they like to
Are they
set
hunting people, or are they like?
They're almost definitely not hunting the people.
Okay.
They like
Shit.
they like scavenging like belongings and things. They like almost like a dragon, but to a much lesser extent. They like hoarding things.
Okay.
So they like trinkets and things that they hoard.
They like stuff.
Okay.
So we might be.
Do they nest?
I mean, yeah, they have like. I'm assuming that's what you mean, right?
They have nests.
Okay. Are they nocturnal? Like, are they out now?
Do I know?
They're both. I mean, they could hunt in the night, but
So,
They're flexible.
first of all, I suppose everyone be ready to cover your ears.
Should
Tonight.
we perhaps
We should
stick
just maybe.
fabric in our ears or stick mud in our ears like the mutant did?
It's not a bad idea.
Oh, that's a really good
If
idea.
it comes to it, maybe not right away. But the other thing is, we. How close are we to the edge?
oh, you're still 50 or more,
Okay.
like more than that, 80.
Depending
feet
on
off, yeah.
what made it down there and what is still down there, we may be tracking a harpy back to its nest tonight.
Right.
to
Well, we
find
should
what it would've-
certainly tie off the horses because the other ones.
Let's not
ran
lose
off.
any more
Yes, okay.
horses.
So Erland's gonna hop up his horse and tie it up and try and give a pat, look at it, and try and
Give
keep
me
it as
an
calm as
animal
possible.
Poor buddy's like,
18.
No, hell no.
18.
Oh,
So
can you
the
have
horse
my
kind of
animal?
immediately, as you pat it, sort of familiar with your touch at this point, sort of nuzzles a little bit, and then even kind of just trots around and
Yeah.
starts to nibble on some of the surrounding grass.
Give it a
and
pat.
see-
Let it go. Let it go.
So you guys find spots for your horses.
Okay. I believe somebody should at least stay up here to scout if these 3 people arrive.
No offense, but you're probably the worst at climbing. Yes.
I have climbed before.
Yes, but
I might be the
And we have
worst.
oh
plenty
really?
of.
I'm not very physical.
All right.
Although I do have a good way of signaling. I could light something a certain color and pitch it off the cliff.
Right.
Whatever you prefer.
Well, I'll sort of distribute.
I
I'll
think
give
if
a
you're
climbing kit to
leaving-
Safira.
I think if you're leaving
they're gonna-
someone alone, it might need to be me.
Hold it. What?
The reason I say that is because I'm doing rather well, and I'm kind of looking at Graven, who looks not great.
You're
Let's
a
not
good
spend too much
climber.
time debating
Here,
this. I
Someone
already
take
have
a
one, but
climbing
thank
kit.
you.
You already have one?
Yeah.
Do you, climbing kit? Just in case. So we all have climbing
Okay.
kits.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's try to do this very quickly before these men
Fear
show
now
up.
has 2, I think.
Wait, yeah, I do.
You had one
Did
too?
you just
Graven
give me one?
gave
I
each
gave
of them
each
one.
of them.
Oh, I'm gonna
one.
kind of give it back. I have one.
What?
I have one. He
You-
gave me one.
But you was
He gave me one.
I had 2. They didn't know.
shove it back in my bag.
Bag
Anyway.
stuffed full of climbing.
So I am staying up here. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Just keep yourself
I
safe.
will light
right?
a pebble or something with red light.
All right.
If there is danger, and I will throw it over.
Keep our voices down from here on out. Erland's
Yes,
gonna-
and also, Graven and everyone, be ready to plug your ears.
Okay.
If you hear anything that sounds like it might be starting to sound like
Yeah.
music, immediately don't listen to it.
Okay.
If you are you not lighting something unless something? If you don't have a light, it is pitch black here.
Yeah. No light for the well.
Okay.
I'm situated with them. We still have a light for now.
Sure.
But, and in fact, I wanted to make my way to the what we think of as the edge.
Like the cliff's edge?
Well, where we think the following the tracks that we found.
Okay, you haven't followed the tracks all the way to the,
Okay.
the edge of the cliff.
I think maybe I should throw a light down there right now.
We don't want to start at the Harpy. We want to approach
Okay.
quietly.
You think there's a harpy down there right now?
Potentially.
Yes, potentially, and if we disturb it out of its nest, it's going to be easier to attack
Wasn't
in
this
its
days
nest
ago that
than
this
out
If
of it.
it has its nest there and is sleeping, we want the element
right.
of surprise.
All right. All right.
Erland's gonna sort of get low and start moving quietly, following the tracks to the edge.
Give me a stealth check.
Then I'll dispel the light. Then.
Okay.
I'm going to
Light.
follow Erland. So
Give me a stealth check.
9.
Coming with him?
Follow.
Give me a stealth check.
It was almost an 18.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Or 5 too.
3.
Yeah.
What was
9.
9? So you each take, you're all moving in the same direction, but you each take kind of slightly different zigzag paths through the trees, and Safira kind of quietly stepping her way. At one point, just because it's hard to see all the ground, Erland kind of steps on a couple of snapping branches, and Orba kind of the same. It's nothing big, but a little bit of sound. Kind of Graven can hear it from a little bit further back. You hear just a little bit of dry leaves and snapping beneath your feet.
So is it through trees or is it a clearing towards the cliffs?
It is through trees, but sparse trees. It's not
Okay,
like
yeah,
densely
yeah.
packed. Yeah,
So
like
can
you
we
can
s-
still see Orba and Safira.
And if
easily.
Graven were to light something up, we would still be able to see
because
it.
it's so dark out here, you would see a light easily from
Great.
from the edge. Yeah, you'd see it instantly.
Can I hold like casting light again on my mace if I hear them shout in surprise or fear?
You can't hold that action, but you can get ready to do so. Remember, holding action
That's
is a
right.
combat only
Yep,
action.
sorry.
But it's fine.
I will.
But yeah, you can be ready to
Yeah.
do so if you hear anything. So you guys carefully move along, and you follow the cliff's edge, follow up to the cliff's edge and the trajectory where the carriage tracks kind of led you. And with the wind whipping by around you, you make sure to have a firm footing, both physically and in your mind. Because as you peer over, it is a harrowing drop. Maybe 120 feet down, maybe more, to the dark, swirling waters below. So, without a light source, you guys can't see all the way
Yeah.
down to the water. You can see the edges of the cliff. It looks climbable. It's not like sheer rock, but it's sort of jagged and some tiers jut out a little bit, so it looks traversable. It looks like the lower that you go, some of the waves start to splash up against the rock, so the rock starts to get wet when you get down to a certain level. But up at the top, seems pretty climbable. As
And
far
the
as you can
tracks kind of go this way.
tell.
And
The tracks lead right up to the edge and disappear over the edge.
So Erland sort of silently is gonna take out his climbing kit and sort of put the first, I guess it's like,
Okay. Hammer the piton in, and you
and sort of start making my way. Put the harness on too, so like I'm in
Yep.
there and I'm sort of making my way down.
So it gets you down 25 feet, and then gets pulled taut there. And then what do you guys do? Are you letting Erland climb all the way down, or are you just tell me what you guys are doing as he's climbing down?
I'm gonna climb down with him. I guess the safest way to do it is not to do that, is it? It's to let him climb down first and then.
Safest way. So I mean, if you each have your own kit, what Erland does is he takes out another piton, hammers it in, climbs back up, pulls out the other one, or one of you can do it because you're there.
Yeah.
And then he goes down and lowers himself down another 25 feet. So it's like a back and forth. It gets lower and lower as you keep using the kit.
If I have two kits,
I mean, you have extra lengths of rope. It's just each rope is only 25 feet.
Would
so
it be
unless you tie them
easier
together, it
if
doesn't,
she's like a less experienced climber? Would it be easier to take someone else's path down?
Yeah. I mean, if she was like holding onto your rope and then let go for some reason, you could try and catch her. And
Orba, I'm gonna start climbing down, and you follow behind me. Okay? Use my kit. Right,
Okay.
my rope.
Yeah,
That
this
way,
is
if I should follow, if you should fall, I can catch you.
okay.
And Safira's gonna start
All
hammering.
right, so you
the
start to hammer it in.
first.
Erland's already sort of making his way down a little bit. Give me a perception check as you start to move down.
13.
13. It's hard to fully make out, but as you get down and your dark vision allows you, to see further and further down, it does look like there are some large, reasonably flat rocks that rise up above the water level. Sometimes all the way up, and some of them kind of get covered as the waves come in and then reappear as the waves kind of go out. And a few of them are concerningly sharp and jagged, so there's a few sort of larger, bigger ones, and then a few sort of jagged ones sticking up. And on a few of the flat rocks, you can already see fragmented wooden segments. A piece of wheel here, a sort of corner of a carriage here, sort of half in the water, half jammed between a couple of the rocks. So you can see maybe pieces of the wagon or carriage that snapped off when it plummeted, crashed to the stone below. You guys are both of you also climbing off the edge? Is someone staying up top?
I believe I'm
Yeah.
waiting for her to.
I'm climbing down first.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna, once I've climbed back up, and then whatever, I want her to come.
Okay, great. So Safira has hammered it in, starts to lower herself down, and the rope kind of pulls taut a little bit, and you look up at Orba.
I come now. I go now. Oh, okay. Yeah. Orba does like that thing where a dog doesn't just know where to go off the edge of the cliff, and
to
then
the
she
edge
like
of the cliff, sort of grab the rope.
hoists herself down.
And as you start to climb, you hear kind of a very soothing melodious
And
noise.
Safira's gonna kind of gesture
Can
and
I,
like
yeah,
plug
can
her
I,
hands
Hands around her fucking things.
is there like dirt in the wall or?
It's rock, so not really. So Orba's holding the rope, so you really can't do anything.
Fuck.
Safira, you're at the end of it, so you're like.
Can I like rip a piece of cloth off the robe that I'm wearing and rip it, like put it into my ears?
Sure, that takes a second to do. So I'll say yes. Give me a dexterity check for the quickness of your maneuver. Erland, what do you do as soon as you start to hear that?
Is there any mud or
Give me an
dirt?
investigation check. Mud, no, you're not low enough where it's up against the
Okay,
water.
great. Then I'm gonna rip off a part of my tunic.
Give me a
and shove it.
dexterity check, straight dexterity check.
That was a
dexterity?
natural one for me,
Okay.
so I didn't make it. I fall backwards off the cliff and die.
Straight dexterity is 12.
12. Okay. So the song kind of, as you're ripping off the cloth, you're trying to do this as quick as possible. It feels like it's almost in slow motion. The tearing of the piece of cloth kind of jamming in the ears, and the melody passes through this kind of sweet, almost just symphony of noises that sort of echoes around the area. You're not even sure entirely where it's coming from. You can't pinpoint. It's kind of bouncing off the rock and moving around. Safira and Orba both fail their saves, and immediately Safira's kind of looking up, and Orba, who had just started the descent, kind of looks off into the ocean, like staring wide-eyed into the distance, and you watch as her hands kind of just start to loosen a little bit. And I need you guys to make initiative rolls for me.
Do I hear this?
Give me a perception check.
God.
Oh my god.
Damn it.
19.
19. As you're sort of there, Graven, for a little bit, you're like walking back and forth. You're sort of a little nervous, not exactly sure what's happening. You heard a little bit of the snapping of twigs, and at one moment you stop, and that crunching of your boots stops. And you hear that just slight singing melody coming from the edge.
I'm gonna make my way to the edge. And
Anything else you're doing?
there's how many platoons are there?
You're not at the edge yet. Is there anything you're doing while you're kind of running to the edge? Because I had them roll initiative already.
Your ear balls!
Yeah. I don't have anything. Rip a piece of cloth. Yeah.
Give me a dexterity check.
You're useless if you run out to sea.
Yeah, then we just have to save you too.
Yeah, I know.
8.
Oh,
You
get
rip the
fucked,
cloth,
guys.
and you go to put it up to your ears, but now you've gotten a little closer to the edge, and
Oh, get you fucking
your hands
guys.
kind of drop.
With all three
And
of
Graven
us.
starts kind of a slow
Bye, Erland.
march toward the
Yeah,
edge.
enjoy.
I need you to make an initiative
Tell
roll.
Romari we say hi.
Solo session for the rest of the campaign.
Alright, that's a bad start.
Jesus, okay. Don't worry, guys. I got this with half health and no key points.
This is.
Those other dudes are gonna save us.
I was gonna say mostly unrelated. Did I see those guys on my way down?
To
It is
you, it
dark.
just looked like random people on the side of the street because Orba recognized.
But I did see people.
Sure, but that was just outside of town. You also passed other people on your way outside
My
of
long
town.
lost brother Erland's gonna come save me.
Brother! Help
Brother, not now. It's not your time.
Long live the rat fuck.
God damn it.
That was the Lion King, in case you
No,
were.
I know. Scholar's Bane to you.
I heard both. No! I hate this already.
I'm out of candy already. Shit.
I am out of candy.
This is really
Do you have any
bad.
left?
This is terrible.
So,
Like a fall from here is.
this is what the
Yep,
cliff
yeah.
looks like.
That
It's
sucks.
virtually, vertical. But for the purposes of showing it,
Okay.
we're gonna spread it out.
It looks much less intimidating.
Yeah,
That's like
let's
shooting
Yeah,
a
so it's
ladder.
actually like this, but it looks like this
Fuck
at the moment.
Me.
For the sake of being able to see it,
God.
you can see the overhead there, and then if I swap it, you can see a little more close up here.
Oh God. Someone
Okay,
else is
good
gonna
look.
die trying to bring.
There's the water there, down at the bottom. But before we roll into combat, that is where we're gonna take a break quickly.
It sure
I'm gonna set up
looks like-
the
Shit.
minis for the combat.
Remember when I was like, plug your ears, guys?
Well, Orba couldn't. She was holding onto a row.
I know I couldn't either, but what's wrong
Also,
with
the
me? I
song
rolled a
starts
nat
very quickly. I
one.
mean, it's tough to sort of catch it unless you're already plugging your ears in anticipation.
We should
We'll
have all
see.
plugged our ears.
Then you would have been like, climb down. What?
Okay.
Oh, trash.
And that is where we will come back and and see where if the group can make it down and find this lockbox
Hate this.
somewhere.
Hate this so
out.
much.
It's garbage.
We're gonna take a quick break. We'll see you guys on the other side.
Yes, 5 minutes into the break video, there's a recap of what happened last week, where it recaps for all of our episodes on our YouTube channel. Please feel free to watch them. And also, there's like a big map after that recap showing like our progress throughout the whole campaign. So from day one, over a month ago. A month ago.
It was a month ago? We've known each other for a month?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Erland's like, I've known you guys for like 3 days.
sweet. Was it 2 days, 3 days?
So be sure to check those out.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be right back to see what happens on the cliffs, the bluffs of Navikapura. See you on the other side.
No.
Welcome back, everybody, to Tabletop Notch. We are diving right back into combat here
Death.
on the edge of a cliff on the bluffs of Navikapura.
It doesn't look good, does it? It doesn't look
Overhead view
good.
there.
We're all feeling confident?
No.
You can see that Graven's sort of making his way towards the edge. Erland had made his way down a little bit, and Orba and Safira also similarly having a difficult time just kind of keeping that noise out of their ears. As it once again, it's hard to tell where it's coming from. It's sort of bouncing off the cliffs and out back to sea. It has this kind of reverb effect as it fills the air around you. The first one up is Erland, and you can see right off the bat that as you're kind of looking up, your companions are just sort of almost not fully in their faculties. You can't really see Graven, he hasn't reached the edge, but Orba, you can see her just kind of sliding a little bit as her hands start to like lose grip on the rope.
Okay, I am going. Safira is harnessed in though, right?
Safira is harnessed in, yes.
Okay, I am.
As are you.
Great. I am going to climb up toward. I thought I shined this in your eye and you were reacting.
The DM's weakness.
Oh my god.
You won't survive! You won't survive! I killed him. All right. Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna climb back towards Orba. So this turn is different than I thought.
I'm holding onto the rope.
So
Okay,
how
so
far? That's
what
10
is your movement
squares?
speed?
40 feet.
So climbing speed is halved.
Yeah.
So 20 feet of movement. 2, 10, 20,
no.
like back up to where Safira is, basically.
And I can't reach Orba from there.
You cannot.
Okay.
reach Orba from there.
Is grabbing someone an action?
To grapple someone to grab them? Yeah.
Oh, I guess I would have to grab.
Yeah,
her. She's
you-
like. Yeah.
You could hold an action to grab someone if that's what you're saying.
Her in the face.
Yeah. Oh, she like if she fell straight back, would she fall past me within arm's reach?
If she just let go, Orba would go plummeting right by you and Safira.
Okay, great. So I am going to, if that's my max movement, I am going to hold an action. Do I see the harpy?
Give me a perception check.
11.
11. You do not.
Okay. I'm gonna hold an action to catch Orba if she falls.
Oh my
All right.
god.
Or actually, I'm just gonna, if Orba gets within like 5 feet of me, I'm gonna grab her.
Okay, great. Erland pulls himself up and then sort of feeling the rope, kind of holding it between his legs so it stays taut and so it's not kind of falling slack. Sort of frees up his arms a little bit just to keep himself steady on the side of the cliff face there.
Alright, next
Okay.
up's the Harpy, then Safira.
So, Erland's climbing up, there's a little bit of noise, you see the focus fading in and out of your allies, and you hear a flapping of wings coming from your left.
Well, I guess I wouldn't hear that because my ears are plugged.
You stuff some cloth in
Okay.
them, it's not a perfect seal, and then another one coming from your right there.
Shit.
So they are flying in, and they are not. I don't know if I'm going to use the sort of height indicators here. So one's kind of coming in from down below, and they are further off. So we'll say this one's like 30 feet off of the cliff there. I can't go over the top.
Oh
That
my
is
gosh.
infuriating.
You just put it next to it?
Yeah, 30 feet off of the. And then this one.
This is gonna look like a Plinko board in this area.
Stay there.
Can you get it?
If it falls, she's
Why do I
dead.
pick
If it
such
falls,
things? Why would I do that?
falling.
Is like 40 feet off the edge.
Yeah, if I drop a marble and I land it on the carriage.
How much to get $1,000?
All right, so they both used their movement and dash action to get quickly come in. They kind of come out of nowhere. Your dark vision allowing you a little vision in either direction, but then suddenly you see like these big flapping wings as they come in, quickly swoop into the side of the cliff.
Seeing them, I'm gonna yell. Safira, Orba, Graven! Do you see them?
Okay.
Safira,
And do I
then
see
Graven.
any response from any of them?
Not yet. Nope. Okay, so Safira is at the edge of her, at the edge of the rope here, still pulled into the harness. So even if you let go, you would just kind of dangle there. But I need you to give me a saving throw, a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, that's good for me.
14. Safira's arms start to loosen a little bit, like she's gonna just dangle slack, and then
Nice.
you get your bearings, and you completely, like, for a moment there, you're not even sure how much time had passed. Like, you grab the rope, and you're like, like you feel like you completely lost sight and control of your body, and then you snap back to, and you look above you, and you see Orba, you see Erland just to your right there. So you are able to make your actions here.
I am?
Yeah.
Okay. I want. God, I wish I'd picked up my special arrows. I'm going to take a shot.
Great. Which bow are you taking out?
I'm taking my normal long.
Great. So you're dangling
I
kind
don't
of
think it's practical.
feet against the rock, and sort of you're able to get your bow off your back.
Practical.
Which one are you shooting at?
I'm gonna shoot at. Is either one closer?
They're both kind of
Equidistant?
pretty much, yeah. You're right in the middle. This one's a little closer to Erland.
Okay. Then I'm gonna shoot for this one.
Which one? Sorry.
Sorry, this one.
This one.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, come on. That's a 17 to hit.
17 hits. Roll for damage.
Okay. That's 7 piercing.
All right,
Nice.
7 piercing damage. So snaps out of it, immediately sort of gets her bearings, and like in military mode, just your instincts kick in and loose one of the arrows, goes flying, and you see it kind of react to the impact of the arrow. Okay.
Sorry.
Safira's not sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. Anything else? You still have movement if you wish.
Safira's gonna. I don't know whether to descend down or go back up. Orba's not harnessed in, is she?
Orba's not harnessed in, no.
I'm gonna
You
climb.
and Erland
I'm
both
gonna
are.
climb
It,
up towards.
Also, just for future reference, because of the way it's kind of tied, it's a free action to like unharness yourself to like loose the rope, but to harness yourself in takes an actual full action if you want to do that at any point. So.
Okay, I'm gonna climb up towards where Orba
Okay,
is.
you can. You start to send the rope a little bit.
I didn't
You also
put a
no
heart.
longer charm.
Yeah, I realized that was a oversight.
I didn't know.
All right.
You too.
You can reach her from where you are.
Okay, I'm gonna hold an action to harness her in.
You've already used an action. Your
Then I'm
shot.
I'm gonna hang out.
Okay, so you get up to her, and what you can do is you reach up and you can kind of shake her leg, and you see her eyes kind of unfocused.
Okay, I'm
and
gonna
unable
keep a hand on her if I can.
Okay, sure, yeah. Okay,
Graven,
Graven, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god, I hate this.
24.
24.
There we go.
Graven takes another step forward, and he steps to the edge of the cliff. And you guys, as Erland and Safira are both looking up at Orba, you watch as Graven appears on the edge of the cliff, and then... and you look out, and you get this, like, immediate kind of vertigo feeling as before, the last time you were, conscious, you were standing in the woods, and now you're here on the edge of the cliff. You look over the side, and it sort of washes out in front of you, extending infinitely.
Okay. How much of my climbing kit can I... You said to harness as an action. Can I get a platoon in and harness myself?
I'll say you can do that. You wouldn't be able to climb down
Right,
also.
that's
yes.
fine.
You
I
could
just-
jump and let it go doing.
It's secure. Those things are...
Yeah, how much do you weigh? Yeah, I think so.
I weigh like 330
I
pounds.
think
Do you really?
330.
Oh, you're big.
I'm big bullet. 7'2", baby.
Yes.
330.
What do you bench, bro?
Get out.
I don't need to bench. I have the light of
I'm pretty
Kaluzny
sure that could.
inside.
I'm gonna say that could hold you.
Okay.
You know.
And 25 feet, like, Orba's only up. She's about 25 feet from me, right?
She's 10, 15 feet from you. 15, 20 feet from you.
Well, I'm, doing a platoon thing, and can I do it almost 10, maybe 10 feet from the edge? Or no, I'm at the edge.
You are
said.
literally standing at
Well,
the edge.
then here we go. Ching, ching, ching. Get harnessed in. And
Tight.
I'm just gonna stay here for the moment.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stay here.
All right. You were able to.
And is there enough moonlight here that I can kind of see them?
You
It's
can
pretty-
see
it's pretty rough.
Orba with a little bit of the reflection of the moonlight off the water.
Okay.
You can see shapes of the ones close to you. You can't see the harpies at all. You
Yeah.
can hear some of that flapping of wings, but you cannot see the harpies at all currently.
Okay.
Okay, Orba. Need you to make your wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Night Munch, resubscribe for 26 months. Thanks,
Thank
Night
you.
Munch. We love you so much.
So we don't die.
Nat fucking 20.
The old subscriber nat 20.
Oh, that felt good. Thank you, Night Munch. It's all to you.
Wow.
So as Orba's fingers begin to loosen on the rope, she slides like a foot and then and grabs the rope, and you start to swing a little bit, and Safira at the end of this rope, you feel it kind of wobble as she just pulls tight to the rope, as tight as she possibly can, and the two of you kind of lightly push against the side of the cliff there.
I gave you a climber's kit, yes?
I have one. I have one. I didn't
Then
know.
why are you hanging off her rope like an idiot?
Didn't know. She
Because
told
we
me
thought
to
it
go
would be
down
easier.
her
It was
rope.
so stupid.
She told me to.
I did this. I did this to her.
Easier?
She told me to go
And
down
in
her
addition,
rope.
because of the sort of natural 20 there, you're able to, even though you are just coming kind of out of your conscious thought, it's further than 60 feet, but you feel like you could kind of pinpoint the direction of where that song was coming from, and it was this one specifically, not the other one.
Oh, that's very helpful. Okay. Okay. Just to get my bearings here. Putting on a harness, can I do that while I'm holding onto a rope? Probably not.
You need to get solid footing somewhere. So there are some, you need to find a spot on the cliffside where you can kind of get your feet solid so you can start hammering it in.
Would it be easier for Orba to just climb back up the rope and get on top of the ledge? Like, how far am I?
You are 20 feet from the top there.
That's more than my movement.
Oh, then yeah.
'Cause I have 30.
Erland has 40. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can climb 15 feet.
Fuck. Okay. Shit. Yeah, is there anything around that, like, is...
Give me a perception check.
21?
21. If you kind of just took a little leap and dropped about 10 feet to your right, there's a ledge there that you feel like
Oh my
you
god.
could stand on, but... Or you could climb down to it, but you couldn't get there this turn because that's farther than... that would be... Yeah, that's too far to climb.
Oh my god, fuck that. Holy shit. Okay, no. Fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck this.
I was just thinking that.
What? What?
Do your turn.
Okay, I think...
Slots.
Ah. Is there any is there any nothing I can put in my ears, like as a...
I mean, you could tear off a piece of... What else do you have in your bag? I don't know what you have.
I have like fabrics and stuff, but
You would have to tear
but
a
I'm
piece
holding.
of fabric, and you would also need your
Okay.
hands to be free.
Here's the shit we're gonna do. I'm gonna cast levitate on myself.
Okay.
So it's a spell.
Graven's like,
And I'm gonna rise. I can rise up to 20 feet
Great.
and turn.
Cool.
Now, can I go 20 feet and onto the ledge? Am I that close where I can kind of pull?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna let myself sit on the ledge, and I can levitate. I'm actually gonna be hovering like an inch above it to like just be a jerk.
Graven sees her. Why aren't you harnessed?
And I know what to do.
Put one on right now.
Ah! Okay. And yeah, I'm gonna get ready to like put some paper in my ears or something. If
Okay.
that's not an action, I'll do it now.
It is an action.
Okay, great. That's my turn.
Okay. All right, back to the top. Erland.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, seeing that I'm so fucking useless this goddamn fight. Seeing that everyone's sort of going back up to the ledge, I'm going to.
No, Raven's going down.
I'm gonna start moving up. They're flying. I'm gonna move up max distance again, back towards the.
So 20 feet because of half movement.
Yeah. Does that get me there?
10, 20. You need to dash to get all the way up to
Okay,
the
I'll
top.
dash to get to the top, and I'm gonna keep my harness on so that if I were to like fall, I presume hang just
Yes,
25
you would.
feet down. Great. So keeping the harness on, I'm gonna sort of get to the top and. I'll sort of say, I'll
See
sort of look
Erland
at everyone
climb
and
his way
say,
up to the edge.
We should stage the battle here, yes?
Yes,
I'm
we
going-
can't fight them on a cliff. Up.
I'm gonna jump down 25 feet and try to lure them to me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I need to be able to see them.
Okay,
Fuck's
that's all the
sake,
conversation.
All right, Harpy's next, followed by Safira.
Great. They start to fly in your direction.
Nunchakus are like 100 feet long.
Yeah.
40.
Yeah, good for beating up those 3,000 guys.
Still off of
thought
the
earlier
cliff
today.
ways. So this one comes in, and you see it clamp onto the side of the cliff, and then pull a piece of rock and throw it up at Safira there.
Damn it.
Rude.
That is a 15 to hit.
That, ow.
15 hits.
Yes.
15 hits you?
15 does hit my armor. I see 14, guys. Why do you think I'm not a tank. I just act like one.
You take 5 bludgeoning damage as the rock goes flying up, and you hear it, feel it on the back of your head, still holding the side of the rope there, and it flies a little bit. It isn't able to get all the way out, so now it's only 10 feet away from the face of the cliff
Can I,
there.
like, seeing that it's hit me, can I kind of, like, give it, like, try to, like, make it, like, come at me?
You
Classic
can,
Safira.
yeah.
Well, it's better than it coming after you wimpy asses. Everyone else is wimpier than me right now. And that's saying something.
That's not true.
No, you guys are
My
not
armor
doing
class.
well.
This
And your
one-
AC is higher.
That one basically goes to that little ledge that Orba saw.
Oh, thank
it kind
God it didn't go there.
of clashes to the edge, lets its feet kind of drop down. You see it's like very bird-like feet. It has these sort of claws on the end, and it digs into the rock there so it can kind of steady itself. And it leans backwards, so it's like perpendicular to the cliff, and
Ooh, cool.
throws another rock at Safira there. 13 to hit.
That
Only
misses.
So this time Safira gets as close to the cliff as she can, and kind of piece of rock goes flying by the back of your head. That's all they're doing for now.
All right, Safira, then Graven.
Okay, I'm going to move up to where I can have solid footing.
What's your movement speed?
It's 35 feet.
You would have to dash to get up to the top.
No, it's 30 feet walking. Okay, I am not gonna dash. I'm gonna take a shot at this guy that I've already shot.
Nice.
Oh my god. Sorry, that
This
guy
is
I've
the one
already
you've
shot, yes.
Yeah.
It's using the flashlight.
I know. It's cocked.
Cocked. 16 to hit.
16 hits. Roll
Nice.
for damage. It is hurt already.
Yes.
Okay, 6 and oh, okay. What's 6 plus 8?
14 damage.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Use your
well,
abacus.
you know, it beeps so loud.
Great. Once again, she pushing herself against to dodge the last rock, and then you like roll, so you go so like back over and across, and as you turn around, you take the bow and loose the arrow. Ow! And you stick it in the closest harpy there. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna hold my ground then if I have to dash to get up, so.
Okay,
Great.
Graven, then Orba.
Can I see either of them?
There's like shadows moving about. I'm gonna say if you tried to target something, it would be with disadvantage if there's no light source.
Both of my ranged cantrips are saving throws, so it says that you can see.
I'm gonna say that they have advantage on their saving throw because you're having a hard time targeting exactly where they are.
How far from me are they? Because if I cast light, it says it sheds bright light in 20 feet and dim for another 20.
That one's 50 feet away. This one's more. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 feet away. Is the
So
other.
I'd have to jump down 25 and then put on my 40 feet of light to be able to see them.
What is it? Bright and dim? It's 20,
Bright for 20, dim for another 20.
Yeah, so you'd have to go down a little bit to get that light cast on them, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the light spreads... with a light source, even though it spreads it out to 40, you already can see their shadows bouncing around, I'm gonna say you'd be able to target them.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna, yeah, the mace on my hip. I'm gonna light that and climb down like 10 feet, so that as you say, from there I could see them possibly next
With the
round
light
if they
source?
stay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, and that's movement and action.
Okay, Orba.
Okay, quick question. How does the first harpy look? The one that has
It's got a couple arrows sticking out of it. It's
Okay.
dark. It's a little hard to tell that. It's not like falling out of the sky.
Okay, and again, action to stuff my ears.
Yeah. To tear it and stuff your ears.
Yeah, I gotta do it. I'll tear and stuff my ears.
Orba takes a beat of the clock. Get them in there as best you can.
And how is my vantage point on the cliffside? Like, should I levitate another 10 or 20 feet up to like get a better look at people who are clinging to the cliffside? Like, or is it okay?
What are you asking me? Get a better look at people clinging to
If
the
I'm at a
cliffside?
higher point, like if I levitate 20 feet up, do I see things a little better that are attached to the cliffside? Or can I see okay right now?
You can see okay right now. Again, remember, this terrain is misleading because it's
No,
not
I know.
like this. It's vertical.
That's why I'm
So
asking.
you levitated straight vertically
Okay.
up.
Right, okay, never
So
mind.
you can see straight vertically down.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I'm just stuffing my ears, that's it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna shout like, the one on the left is the singing one! And that's it.
The one that was singing, yes.
It's not
The
still
next
singing.
one is probably going to be the next singer.
Wait, are they still singing?
That one is still singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what I
But-
was confused by.
Okay.
But we saved on that, so it's we probably want to look out for the other one.
All harpies are capable of
No, I know, but
Oh, okay.
so is he's continuously singing, but we are not making saves against that song anymore?
Because once you've saved against a particular harpy, you've saved from that harpy.
Oh, okay. Got it. That's why I'm so fucking confused. Okay, great. I'm done.
Okay.
It's
You're done
not-
misleading your.
I mean,
friends?
I'm metagaming you. You
Yeah.
would Orba wouldn't know that. So.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, shout it out. Erland and then Harpy.
okay.
How far away is this harpy from me?
So it is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet. But you are harnessed in, and if you jumped off the side of the cliff, you would get stuck 25 feet. Like, you wouldn't just go flying all the way down. You'd get...
Oh, but I'm still I would still be 25 feet away from it though, right?
Yes.
Would it be movement to jump?
I would call it 5 feet of movement, just to jump off the side, because then you're just plummeting.
But then I'd still be 25 feet away, which
Yep.
means I still wouldn't be able to get there.
That one's also 10 feet in the air, remember. That one's actually on the cliffside. This one's still off of the cliff a little bit. Like it's floating.
Right. All right, I am going to. I'm gonna drink a potion of greater healing.
Okay. Erland sort of looks around him, senses the situation is dire. 44 plus 4.
Yeah. No, not a roll. 4. 8.
Ooh.
9.
Roll a different one.
That's like
Right next to your foot.
13. That was a very good set of rolls.
4 4s.
Yeah,
I mean,
4
3 4s.
3 4s and a 1.
Wow.
So that's
And then
what?
plus 4 also.
13, so 17
plus
was
shit.
max health. That was
Okay.
I got there.
Erland feels the full healing effects of the potion.
He's got his belt.
No, my belt is all used. My girdle's used.
Oh my god.
He went full girdle.
What are we doing out here?
I don't know.
But trying to save your life, Graven.
Yeah, well.
Sometimes.
Bang up job.
Yeah.
Okay, and then. So that was my action. So then, sort of feeling this like renewed vigor, Erland's gonna sort of look at the group and just jump fully forward off the
The
thing.
rope kind of spiraling up behind you and then
Right in front of this one.
Right on the girdle.
Right on the girdle.
5. Yeah, so you're like right on the edge of that there.
All right, that's my turn.
Okay.
It's the Harpy, then Safira.
Okay, so that harpy sort of watched Erland couldn't go hurtling down, and it flaps closer, and it's gonna actually sort of grab onto the rock there next to you, and it's gonna make a multi-attack here. 17 to hit, and 15 to hit.
Hold on here. Hold on.
17 was the first one.
What was... Wait, so 17 was the first one?
Yep.
Okay. I am going to... And what was the second one?
Am I allowed to tell you that?
Oh, I guess
Given
I
the, I realized I should have only done the one at a time. Because I think you have to decide on Bulwark before you.
Yeah, that's
He
right.
had no sense.
Yeah, I thought you said he had.
Or is this make him hit?
Yeah, it's gonna make me hit it. Using Bulwark.
So as the creature swoops in, it goes in with these two big claws, and immediately the bark comes out, and he bats the claw away. The next one was lower than 17, so both of those. So Erland deflects one, deflects the other, and the creature kind of surprised, flaps its wings and kind of pushes back a little bit.
All right, let's see what happens to me.
Yeah. Okay, so Erland is going. He feels the veins kind of getting bigger in his neck as the sepsis courses through.
So remind me, I rolled 2 of these,
Yep.
right?
And you get to
Pick.
choose, right?
A 9 and a 4.
Read them out,
So,
baby.
Yeah, go ahead and read. So Erland has a special sepsis ability.
Oh,
If he uses his abilities too frequently, he gets sort of poisoned in a way. But they have different effects that he can loosely control within his body. So he gets to pick between 2 negative effects here.
Okay, so 9, I would lose all, I get essential tremors, I would lose all proficiency bonuses.
Great.
Help me out with that one.
Right
What
now
would
your
that mean?
proficiency is +2, so you'd get -2 on attack rolls, ability checks that you're proficient in.
Okay. And once per roll, you can re-roll a natural 1 on a d20.
Yeah, it gives you like a little boon as well.
Ah.
Okay.
4
Okay.
is osteoporosis. Whenever you take damage of a physical type, you take
Bludgeoning,
1 additional
slashing.
damage. In addition, every time you hit an enemy with an unarmed strike, you take 1 bludgeoning damage.
Right, so you feel like a weakness in your bones as every time you get hit, it just kind of hurts you a little bit more.
You
than
gain advantage on intelligence saving throws.
I wish it was wisdom.
I know, right? I'm actually gonna take 4. I'm gonna take osteoporosis.
Okay.
Oh.
So every time you can, as you channel some of the sepsis energy into one portion of your body, sort of flowing throughout, you can sense you're just feeling a little more brittle, even as you're kind of holding onto the rock face. Your fingers feel sore all of a sudden, just like the joints almost getting sore. And so you feel just a little bit weaker in all kind of physical aspects. Okay. The other harpy is going to flap a little bit, and then in almost kind of a very graceful
Bring it
opening
on.
of its wings, begins its own luring song. I need all of you to make. Who has stuff in their ears?
Me.
Both of you make it with advantage, and
I think I tried to put stuff in my ears.
I think you didn't though, because you did
instead.
the piton instead.
I attacked instead.
So both of you wisdom saves with advantage.
Hell yeah. Yes.
21.
23.
16.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. The creature starts its song, and immediately the whole party goes la 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 la.
Can't hear you.
So the song starts, and you guys, the cloth is helping muffle a little bit of the noise, and also just making sure that, there's enough noise. You rattle some of the stone around you, some of the clattering of the stone as rubble begins to fall around you, and it drowns out the noise just enough that it doesn't feel like it pierces into your mind.
Dang.
That's its whole action. It's gonna stay on the cliff.
All right, Safira then Graven.
Okay.
Okay, Safira is now gonna... No, I'm gonna take a shot at the one who's still closest to me. I don't get disadvantage on that, right? Because
It's still outside.
Great.
Yeah, just can't be within 5
I'm
feet.
gonna go ahead and take
All
a shot at
right.
that
Once
one.
again, so if you're like rolling end over end, just across the rock, and then
Okay,
You have to talk to that rat later.
I know, I'm keeping that in
Oh
mind.
my god, please.
My God.
I'm gonna go...
as Safira is falling off the cliff, she's like, "Shit, what if I have to talk to that rat?"
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cast,
Hunter's Mark.
yeah, Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
I was debating
Hunter
there.
must.
Which one? On which one?
The one
On
that's
the
hurt
one
already?
that's hurt already, yes.
And the one that's next to Erland. Great.
I'm trying to get rid of this guy.
15 to hit.
15 hits. Roll for damage.
Oh, thank goodness. These guys are not so tough in the AC.
They don't have any kind of natural armor really.
This is 8.
That's 8.
And then, okay, so that's 9, and then I rolled Hunter's Mark, so I rolled 6. 12 total damage.
12 total
Nice.
damage.
Jesus.
Great. So a little bit of this like hunter's flare goes out, and you can see kind of a shining outline of this creature, and its feathers all kind of ruffling as it's about to take off once again from the cliffside. And your arrow flies in, and where there's 2 already sticking into its shoulder, the third one splits the difference and goes right into the middle. It's like flapping back and forth. It's
Still
alive,
up?
but
Okay.
it's definitely
Is
hurt.
it struggling to fly?
Yeah, and you can see like kind of you're not sure that the blood is black, but in the dark light, that like deep black kind of seeping down its arm as it tries to.
I will finish this one.
Okay, great. I'm gonna hang out where I am.
Okay, Graven.
Immediate foul carrion beast. And I'll point at it with a Toll the Dead. So that is a wisdom saving throw.
Insulting it doesn't help.
It does.
It does.
15.
See, it didn't help.
The sound around you sort of win some, lose some. There's a little bit of the singing, and it drowns out that kind of like boom, spectral dong that doesn't quite get into its enemy there. Okay.
All right.
Any movement or anything?
So we're all about 10 feet away from each other here.
From you, yes, pretty much everyone. Safira's like a little bit further, but pretty much. Erland and Orba are both 10 feet in either direction, about.
Okay. I think I just have to hold tight. If anything, how far away is this one right now?
The 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 40 feet away from you.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, I'll just stay here.
Okay.
All right, it's me.
Okay, Orba.
All right, Erland, you've got that one, and she's gonna turn to her right. And
No!
do I hear it?
Give me a perception check.
He's just hanging there like.
No! No!
You don't hear it. Damn it! There's like that ringing from Graven's spell and a little bit of the screeching after the one got hit by Safira's arrow.
Orba hears like Orba hears like a one syllable, just like, and she's like, he got it.
Yo.
Got it.
She's gonna turn to her right, and
She hears, yeah.
she's gonna grab her crystal because her swollen hand quite hasn't healed yet, and she's gonna and cast ice knives at
Okay.
the other harpy.
What is that?
So it's just an attack.
Attack roll first. Okay.
Yeah. So give me one moment. That's a natural 20.
That would hit, believe it or not.
Okay, so it's 1d10 piercing.
Come on.
Where's the 10?
Never.
Ever. That was a 3, so 6.
Okay,
That's
and then
not-
isn't there a save after that?
Yes, so do I double that as well if it...
No, because that's actually, that's not the attack roll.
Okay.
It doubles the attack roll. This is a
That's a
separate
shit
save,
roll,
right?
then.
Yeah.
Alright, dexterity saving throw for that harpy.
11.
Fails.
Nice.
So 2d6 cold now. 3. Come on, dice. 1. 4.
4.
God,
Okay,
that
so
was
10 total damage. Great. That's pretty good. The ice knife goes out, and you can hear that kind of distant crash as it both hits the harpy and shatters off of the rock, and the shards of ice kind of. You can see them kind of
Yeah, I know.
reflecting a little bit of
Oh,
Graven's
cool.
light, like tinkling all the way down the side of the bluffs.
Does that do anything to it afterwards? Does
No,
it,
that's
not like
that's,
the other
yeah,
ones.
that's not like the other ones.
It does AoE damage as the burst, but there's only one creature.
Alright, that's it.
Erland. The creature's right next to you there. You
Yeah.
can see its blood like dripping down its leg and down into where its claws are sort of tucked into the side of the bluff.
So retracting the bull bar, taking out my nunchaku, and just going for a strike. 11 to hit.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Why does it have a low AC? Easy to hit these guys.
want to whack things.
9 bludgeoning damage.
9 bludgeoning damage. As Erland goes in, it hits right as you can see it's actually using its mouth to go and try and pull the arrows out of its shoulder. And right as it goes down, you hit it in the side of the face, and you see some of its teeth go flying. and then its wings kind of crumple up into a ball, and it.
Nice.
Can I transfer my hunter's mark?
I think it's on your turn, but I think yes.
Oh, you
I
can.
think.
Sick.
Yeah. What was the word?
I'm 99% sure that
Yeah,
I
I think it
from
just needs to
last
be
time.
on your turn.
Yes, it does.
If the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on your subsequent turn to mark a new creature.
Yeah.
So it's a bonus action,
Yeah.
but you can do it.
It's fine.
Yep.
All right, so then I'm gonna use my use my 40 feet of movement to sort of flip around and climb back up as quickly as I can.
Okay. 30, so that gets you all the way up to the edge there.
So that'd be 20 feet of movement because I'm climbing, right?
Yeah. Oh, you're right. That doesn't quite get you up to the. I know. 10,
So did you
so
take
you're right
damage?
at the
But
edge.
no, because you used
He
Nunchaku.
bull
I
barked
just
both of
have-
the attacks.
No, I meant
So-
the Nunchaku didn't hurt you.
No, because it's only unarmed attacks. So if I had
Yes.
followed it up with a punch, I would have taken it.
So you're basically your top hand is on the edge of
Great.
the cliff, but you're not all the way up yet.
Great.
Okay. All right. This harpy, sensing danger a little bit, but still trying to put up a fight, is going to swoop further.
Yes, attack me. Yes.
No. You suck.
Starts to fly down.
Jeez.
And as it
Does that mean it dies?
a good God, needs a new piece of tape.
Come on, buddy. Stick.
Starts to fly down. And because the light only extends out 40 feet and your vision only extends out 60 feet, you watch it as it disappears into the dark down below you. It's gonna be its turn for now.
Okay, Safira, then Graven.
Damn.
Am I able to target it without
It's
disadvantage?
completely out of sight. You can't target it at all. You cannot see it.
Can I take a bonus action to move Hunter's Mark to it, or no?
What is the
because I
range
can't
on
see
Hunter's
it?
Mark?
That's a good question. It is 90 feet.
Then no.
Okay. Can I move down 20 feet so that I can get within range of it, or does that still not put me within?
So in order to move further, you're still harnessed in. You need
Yeah,
to
I know.
unharness yourself and start climbing down.
No. Can I not take another one of my little peggy things? And
You can. It takes a whole
climb up,
action.
yeah.
So you can you have to unharness, or no. So you have to climb up. No, hit the piton in first, then climb up and unhook the other one. It takes a while. If it's in combat, doing this takes quite a long time.
Okay.
I'll throw a light source down as soon as I can.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of. I can't see anything down here. I think I have to keep. I either have to unharness myself or I have to come up. I'm gonna unharness myself then and start climbing down.
Oh boy.
We have to.
Give me an athletics check.
Down.
That is. Oh, that's a 3.
3. She starts to climb her way down. And you get to a spot where it looks like one of the harpies kind of stuck one of its talons in, and because their talons pierce the rock there, you put your foot there and it immediately starts to crumble a little bit. You slide. I need you to give me another athletics check as you start to slide and try and catch yourself.
Stupid.
Oh, that was not great.
13.
13. Let's say that you fall this number of feet. 50 feet. And finally, your fingers on the rock. You pull yourself just on the edge. You also take some damage from that. So
Okay.
strain your arms. You take 9 bludgeoning damage as you feel your elbows lock as you grab the edge of the cliff there.
Oh, and you're so far away from us now.
Yeah, I know.
And you breathe for a moment, and you look down. What's your dark vision? 60 feet.
Now.
You can see
I can
the.
take, I can take an action though now
Now
to
you can-
harness myself in, can I?
Or
You have not used an action yet.
You can
yes.
also can you
I can
do
also
Hunter's Mark
shoot
now
it.
or?
I
You
do
can
bonus-
shoot it. You
so
can see it from
I'm
you.
gonna take the bonus action to move the Hunter's Mark first.
You can do that.
And then I'm gonna take an action to harness myself in because I don't want to
Okay.
fall again because I could die.
Your sort of sore arms. You get your feet on a little ledge there.
Oh my god.
You start to harness yourself in. Okay.
That is the best idea.
I'm gonna kind of then once I'm down there shout to the group, 50 feet down, and just like
And give me a perception check as you slid down there.
that's a natural 20.
Natural 20. You take a peek down
course.
as you're harnessing yourself in, and the creature sort of sort of making noises out to the sides, possibly calling in some
Calling
way.
a friend. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Great.
Graven's up.
I can't see shit.
Not without dropping that stone.
So, is there a stone nearby?
I think you were already holding something with light, weren't you?
Lit up my mace.
Your
on
mace.
light.
Yes.
Had to go down there.
I want to throw my mace.
Oh shit!
I guess I could just go get it later.
or something?
Yeah, but
It takes an action
It takes
to light
an
it,
action to
doesn't it?
light it. I mean, I imagine that I could light something and toss it. Is that
Sure. Yeah, you could do that in the same thing. It's just it would use an action to transfer to light it.
It's gonna go.
So is there a stone nearby that I could
Yeah.
conceivably
I would say
do
that,
that?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm not gonna be able to cast anything on it anyway. Yeah, I'll take like a grapefruit-sized stone,
You grab a nice
And-
sized stone there on the side of the bluff.
make it bright white light, and chuck it as well as I can in the direction that I saw it kind of disappear.
Okay, give me an athletics check as you toss it.
You hit Safira in the head.
Yeah. 14.
14. The rock. Safira, as she's sort of hammering the piton in, she sees the rock kind of, and the light cascading down the side of the
shit.
bluffs, and you see very briefly the silhouette of the harpy light up, and then the rock keeps going, and then splashes into the water below.
Okay. That's our target, and I'm gonna start climbing
So
down.
you all, I would say, now at least have an idea of where the creature is after that light went all the way down.
Do we try to bait it back up here?
Yes, I think that's the best. I mean,
Are you shouting that? Because
Yeah, I mean,
give me a perception check then, because you're near the closer to the waves now, and it's getting loud.
okay. Yeah, no, that's a 5.
You can't hear what Graven's saying up there.
I don't know. I could float down. It might just take a while.
I'm gonna start climbing a little bit down as much as I can without a dash. Like,
Okay, you're gonna get to the end. You're harnessed in right now,
Yeah,
so you're
so
gonna get
just to
about
the
to
end.
there,
Yeah.
and then you'd have to unharness yourself,
yep.
which you can do without an action if you want to.
I'll wait until next
Okay.
time.
Sure.
See what happens.
Okay.
All right. So, is there anything? Orba's gonna look over the edge here. Is there anything within 20 feet of the edge of the cliff that is like a platform, a jutted out platform?
Give me a perception check.
13.
13. From what you can see, yeah, like here, there's a big area there that looks like a larger spot where you could
Okay.
get your feet down.
Okay. Orba's gonna turn to Erland. See you down there, and she's just gonna walk off the edge and let herself levitate down.
So
Erland's like, no! Oh!
or
She's fine. She's just fine.
Yeah.
Floating.
Can you?
She's dead. She's fine.
I don't think you can move side to side with levitate.
Oh yeah, I thought I was just like on the edge though. I thought I was like on the ground.
You are currently.
Yeah.
So you're walking over.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
sorry.
You
Oh my
just said
gosh.
goodbye and said you were
Oh
going
yeah,
off the
yeah.
cliff.
Orba's gonna like, scout out the area.
Cast levitate first.
So 10,
Goodbye.
20, 30 feet of movement, and now you're going off the edge.
Yeah. Whoop. And
So
she'll
you
just-
can descend 20 feet.
Yep.
So that puts you
Hoof.
10, 20.
Even if I'm not on the thing,
You're
I
not
just want
quite
to
there.
be right
You're
above
it. Yep, you're right above it there.
Great.
All right.
So graceful. Okay, so now what's the distance between me and where presumably this guy is?
10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
Under 120 feet?
Let's find out.
And I just gave you a target.
10, 20,
hard to see the
30,
grid.
40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 130 feet.
I think I'm just gonna try. I'm just gonna try to cast Chill Touch.
Is that a creature you can see?
Oh shit. Skeletal hand in the space of a creature within range.
I'm gonna. This is an attack roll or a saving
attack
throw?
roll, yeah.
I'm gonna say it's with disadvantage, but you
Okay.
can target it.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just gonna cast Chill Touch
Okay.
where I think this guy's
Orba's sort of
hanging out.
levitating there off the edge, kind of pictures the light cascading down the mountain and tries to get the hand going out.
10 to hit.
10 misses, right? So
11.
the hand kind of, you can feel just because you're connected to it, the hand go out and try and grasp something and just air.
Hear Orba swear under her breath. That's it.
Okay.
Erland, then Harpy.
I asked Cliff for charcoal and collar bones, didn't I?
Oh no. I think so, yeah.
I think I did. I gotta. Can use my action. I'm gonna look at the last charcoal and collie pellet.
You get out the little pouch, and it's like a bigger pouch,
Yeah.
but there's only one.
And I'm
thing
gonna
left
remember the
inside.
one I had to take because I got sad and drunk like 3 days ago.
Dude, that was like 2 days ago.
Yeah. Shit. I'm gonna take the last one. I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
It takes me back down to 0 if I'm not mistaken.
It's exceeding on a 1.
Yeah, that's right, actually, yeah. Yeah.
And neutralizes the effects, so you lose the osteoporosis, and
Yeah.
the effects of poisons are completely negated.
Great.
You took like Ozempic or whatever the fuck that is for osteoporosis.
Oh, it doesn't taste good. It has kind of a dry, charcoaly quality to it, so you...
I haven't seen any acid damage coming from them at all, have I? Like in any of their attacks?
Everything's been physical, so
Physical?
far, other
Okay.
than the song. Which
I'm vulnerable for the next hour to acid and
Okay.
necrotic. And I'm down to 1, and I'm removing charcoal and collie pellets from my backpack.
Okay.
Sad.
Very sad.
So long, farewell.
Cliff better fucking come through.
I don't think I've asked him for it yet.
He also comes back and he's like, what the fuck is that?
All right, I'm going to, and I'm just gonna. That was an action, so I'm gonna move 40 feet or 20 feet down the.
So you're still harnessed, or did you unharness? No, you
I'm
didn't.
still
You're
harnessed,
still
yeah.
harnessed, yep.
So yeah, I'm just gonna start making my way down.
Yeah, 20, so you
Walking
get to there.
fast.
Yeah. And now, once again, you're at the end of your harness.
Yep.
So you would have to unharness.
That'd be the
or-
next turn. Then,
Yes,
Yeah?
well, you could. Yeah, you can do it on either as a free action.
Jesus. Climbing kits suck.
I'm gonna stay harnessed for now.
In combat, they're
In
pretty shit
combat.
because you have to take an action. To
Yeah,
undo.
I'm gonna stay harnessed for now.
Okay, great. Okay, so the creature, I'm gonna see it if it's able to call its allies.
Oh,
my
no!
God, please.
Disadvantage.
18 there on that one.
That's probably not enough.
And as the creature continues to call out, Safira hears that kind of sort of disturbing little,
No.
just a sort of wretched screaming call for help.
So
that
they make nice noises for other
simultaneously,
people.
yes, and with
But
each
for
other.
each other.
This is all you get. And you hear the distant flapping of wings as something.
I love that they have the capacity to sing, but to call each other, they go,
Ah! Harold, get over here. It's dangerous. I need help.
Microphone there. Oh god, I keep forgetting to switch that.
Oh, sorry, I can help.
Okay. So that it's going to use its action to do that, and then it is going to fly itself away from the cliff, but still in the same spot. So it's going to fly.
Is that within
Shit,
range
so
of
farther
me?
away.
So it's 40 feet off of the cliff. Shit.
Okay.
You hit that one, right?
I did that. Well, no, I haven't.
I did.
That one has
Oh, yes,
been
yeah,
hit.
yeah.
That one you
hit.
hit with ice
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been hit, not by me, and it has Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay, Safira.
Okay, so I'm gonna fire at the one that I have Hunter's Mark
Okay,
on.
so that
And that shouldn't be
is-
disadvantaged, I don't think.
Don't think so. Well, it's going to be 10, 20,
Because I can also move 20 feet down. 'cause now I'm
60.
harnessed
So
in.
it is within your dark vision range.
Right.
And then it's 40 feet up, but that's your bow's 120, right, or something?
the range is
so it's no disadvantage here for this.
Great.
Blow them up, guys.
21
21 hits. Roll for damage. It has the mark. It's already hurt.
So what's that? 4.
Wrong one. It's 7 plus 4.
12.
Thank you. 12 total damage.
12 total damage. All right. Great. And once again, Safira, one after the other. Your arm's feeling a little sore from the kind of scraping drop there. You just kind of pull at one arm, get the arrow out. The draw of the bow feels especially heavy. But you loose the arrow and it's calling out. And its arrow sort of stuck into its upper lip. It kind of goes through the upper lip there. Okay.
I shouldn't give
All right, after Safira's Graven, then me.
Movement at all, or are you good where you are?
I could move 20 feet down, couldn't I?
You could.
This one is out of my range of dark vision, or no?
That one looks like it's farther than 60 feet, yeah. It's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 feet away.
Okay, then I'm gonna drop 10 feet down so that that one's within range of me too.
Give me an athletics check.
I'm harnessed in though, so no, I am.
Oh.
I did an action to harness and I didn't
Yes.
fire,
Yep,
so
you're right, you
I
did.
should be.
So you can move 25 feet, or that's the deal, right?
How much? Are you dropping yourself, or are you actually climbing down?
I was gonna climb 10 feet
Okay,
down.
so it's still climbing speed, so you can go down 10 feet there. Yep.
Okay,
There you
great,
go.
and then that's
Great.
out. That's I'm gonna stay there.
Okay.
Graven.
So the nature of these, how many, like, do we have multiple platoons to
Yes, the kit has a bunch of them in there.
So couldn't you, without having to go back up, couldn't you just do a new platoon and like harness to that one and go down 25?
Because you don't have a limited rope. You have a 25-foot rope.
Oh, so you have to go.
You have to go
get
up,
the rope off.
undo the rope. Yes. It's extremely impractical during combat to do it that way.
But what she did is
or did you not
let
take
go,
No.
fall down,
And
then
then
put a new
harness
platoon in
myself.
and harness to that.
So
one.
you didn't
take
So I could do that.
Yes,
Great.
but I don't recommend it. It was scary. I nearly
Because she
died.
had
I could have failed that.
also make sure you have a rope or another climbing kit. You need another length of rope. She left a dangling piece of rope up there.
I can't fall.
It's not worth it. I just went down there because someone had to hit these things.
I'm
And I
gonna
was gonna
put in a new platoon
Okay.
and start climbing back up
Okay.
to go unattached from the other one.
Okay. Okay, so you hammer that one in.
Hammer one
and
in.
then you're gonna climb up, and then I'm
As
gonna
much
say
as I
because you're
can,
climbing
yeah.
up the rope and not just the sheer rock, you can get all the way up there
Okay.
and pull that one out. And we'll say you get back to the point where you are, but that's it.
Okay.
You've used your action and your movement.
All right.
So now you're back to where you are, now hooked into a new
Where
spot.
I am.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right, Orba.
All right, Orba's gonna take another 20 feet down. If she can find before I say that, actually, can I find anything that I can land safely, or just have safely below me?
20 feet below you is that little shelf you were
Let's
looking
do that.
for,
I'm
So you
gonna
can
aim for
drop
that.
down to that shelf here. Yeah.
Great. Can I see anything from here? I doubt it, right?
You have 60-foot dark vision. Yeah, not without any
Excellent.
light sources.
Okay, Orba's, can she try again if the Harpy's in the same spot? Or has my knowledge?
You have to be able. I don't think I can let you target something like that without having any.
Is my light down in the water? Maybe casting a silhouette?
It disappeared into the dark waters pretty quick.
Okay, well I can't help in any way then. I don't.
Many of us cannot.
That was just the 20-foot of levitation as well. So I
Right.
think you can move in addition to that.
You're not harnessed in at all.
No, I'm just levitating,
Oh
bruh.
my god.
I don't think I can.
Oh, also, if you are the target, you can move up and down as part of your move. So you actually have 30 feet of movement or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It's only if you're levitating another creature, you can move it
Is that
up and
on
down.
mine?
It says you can change the target's altitude by 20 foot up and down, or if you are the target, you can move up and down as part of your move.
It doesn't fucking say that on mine. God damn it. Okay.
Errated. I don't know. It might have been there the whole time.
Okay. I mean, I'll go 30 if I can, if there's anything.
Sure. I mean, yeah, you can drift down. I mean,
Okay.
you're past that little shelf there, but you can.
Right. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's kind of my turn. I can't
Okay.
really do anything else.
You
Oh,
can dash.
right, but that's still like movement. Like I guess, is that movement if I'm levitating up and down? Like I can't also just like move and kind of climb down a cliff.
Oh, he's saying.
Safe.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
I'm confused.
Can she move 60 feet down?
Yes. Because as movement, when you're levitating, you now can use your movement to go up and down.
As if I'm also levitating. Or
Yes,
through
you are
levitation.
levitating, yeah.
Okay, then I'll go 60 feet. Okay.
Okay.
God.
That's not on any of my card. Shit.
Well,
okay.
that's the same thing. That's part of the same clause that I'm saying.
Okay. Got it. No. Now is that my action then at all? Did
Yes,
I-
because you had to dash.
Okay. I'm here, guys. I made it. All right. I'm gonna hang
Okay,
out
you
there.
start to see the harpy in your sights
do?
as soon as you get. I mean, yeah, I think that's less than 60 feet.
Okay.
Jesus 10,
Christ.
20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Yep, you
Okay.
can see the harpy there on the
That's
floating.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna shout and kind of point in case anybody can see me. Like, I got her.
All right, Erland, you're
and
up.
then I'm
All
gonna
right. Is
read
there any
about
are there any
levitating.
ledges below me? Like if I go straight down, do I have any ledges below me?
Little ones. I mean, you wouldn't be like hopping from ledge to ledge. You'd be
Okay.
climbing down.
So I have, if I'm not mistaken here, I have 5 feet of movement before I get to the end of this length of rope. Correct?
Sure. Yeah.
Is tying 2 ropes together an action?
I would let you attempt to do it quickly.
Okay. Because my
And are you harnessed in right now?
I am harnessed in right now, and I have 5 more feet of rope. My question is, if I have 2 more climbing kits that are not being used right now,
Mm-hmm.
can I like tie 2 ropes together, attach one, keep myself harnessed and just jump 50 feet down? Like if I attach it to the what's it called, the
piton.
the
Yep.
piton.
If you tie 2 ropes together and then anchor that one in, you could jump 50 feet. You are testing your knot tying ability that after dropping 50 feet, that wouldn't come loose.
I see.
Because it's gonna go boing, and right at that spot where the 2 ropes are tied, it's gonna put a lot of stress there. So if you trust your knot tying ability,
Be a sleight of hand. What would that be?
a dexterity check. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try and tie 2 knots together.
God.
Okay. So you take a moment, you take out the other 2 you like toss out stuff you don't need to the side.
I still want to keep the other harnesses in case I get down there and I want to harness
So
myself.
you tie the 2 ropes. Give me a dexterity check for tying the 2 ropes together.
Okay. Straight dexterity, yeah?
Yep.
Get this out of here. 11.
11. Okay, you tie the 2 ropes together, you give it a pull, and it feels pretty good, but then you give it one more big pull, and it just comes a little bit.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You're not feeling great about the knot.
Okay, I'm still gonna attach it to the thing.
Okay.
I am
That
going.
takes an action.
Okay, great. So that's the action.
Yeah,
So
to
then
anchor that in.
I am going to I'm gonna move my 20 feet that I can move.
Okay.
10,
20-ish to here.
So then I have 30 feet of rope left.
Yes,
I'm-
with the extra rope.
Yes, I'm not gonna jump. I'm just gonna sort of like scrape my hands down, if that makes sense. Like keeping my feet on the wall so that like if something breaks, I can hopefully grab easier than just jumping freeform.
Okay, I mean, again, we're sort of misleading. You are effectively jumping. You can keep your hands on the side, but you're just dropping down. You're not like sliding down.
Oh, I can't slide?
It's vertical. It's
okay,
basically vertical.
Um,
So you could stay close enough to try and grab, but you're plummeting. You're not sliding. If you let go, you are plummeting.
okay.
Hey.
They're pretty far away. That's all right. I'm gonna keep the 30 feet then. 30 feet of rope like ready to go to move next time.
Okay.
Great.
All right, the Harpy. This one that just came into the fray. Its voice kind of echoing out. I need everybody to make wisdom saving throws here.
Is that with advantage again?
Without advantage, with advantage for the people with stuff in their ears.
18.
15. No, actually, it's 14. Jesus.
15.
22.
22 once again.
Oh my
sort of. Once again, the song goes out, and you guys are just prepared for it, sort of making sure that you keep your mind steady and that you focus on the task at hand, letting the voice kind of wash over you in a way that doesn't penetrate your mind. You're able to focus. Okay, the other creature is going to reach into the rock and toss a boulder at Safira here.
Come
love
at
you,
me. Listen, I'm fine.
17 to hit.
17 hits.
I'm fine.
I still have more HP than you guys
5 bludgeoning damage.
Do
As
you?
it tosses a rock.
Yes.
Thump, hits you on the side of the head.
do. Yes.
No, you don't.
Yeah, he took a greater healing. He went up to max.
And this one is gonna fly closer, but the other one's gonna stay. This fucking tape. Why did I do this? Why did I do slanted things?
It looks
It's cool.
great.
20, 30, 40. It's gonna fly closer to Safira there.
To get down there.
Okay. That's the Harpy's turn. Safira.
Spare than Graven.
I'm gonna go ahead and shoot at the one that I have the hunter's mark on.
You can hear the beating of the wings get closer behind you, but you sort of one quick peek and then fire at the one you were already shooting at.
Okay. 21 to hit.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Nice,
You can
nice,
get mine.
nice.
It's
Okay.
10, yeah?
Yep. Okay, 11, and then hunter's mark.
Jeez.
14 total damage.
14 total
Ooh, that's
damage.
tasty.
Arrow goes out, and the creature looks up.
Nice.
Arrow right through the eye, and you see the wings like cascade out,
Nice.
and it falls to the water and makes like
Yes.
a belly flop
Yes.
with its big wings spread out there.
Get out of town.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Can she move the hunter's mark again?
I don't,
How long does the spell last?
the spell lasts.
As long as the spell is up.
It's up to 1 hour, so yeah, I can.
Whoa.
So
Ooh,
let's,
it is, however, concentration. I need you to make a concentration
oh
saving
shit!
throw.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Fuck.
Well, you got away with something already.
Yeah, I already did. That's a natural one.
Yep.
So yeah.
That's your
okay.
punishment.
That's good.
Okay,
That's
so the
fair.
hunter's mark is
That's
gone. Okay. No retconning. It shouldn't have died there without the hunter's mark damage. Okay, Graven's turn.
All right. So I can lower myself. Oh, if I'm harnessed in, I can drop and have it be 25.
Yep.
And that's no movement, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'll
It's
do that.
5 feet of movement to like push yourself off.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So Graven goes off, and Erland watches Graven go by, and then you like smack into the side there as you let
You
yourself
bump
go.
bums.
And now, can I? Oh, I don't have light anymore. Can I see this?
No, without dark vision, definitely not.
Bless America. All right, I will scream at the top of my lungs and make my mace this time light, bright light. To me, foul beast!
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Big cascade of light around you. Okay, Orba.
So this motherfucker's 30 feet off the edge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, making him what, like 90 feet away from me?
20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then 30. I can tell you in 2 seconds. 60.
A squared plus B squared equals
30.
C squared.
He's about 70 feet away, 67 feet away.
Okay, is there a way that I can get... how do I get within 60 feet of him with the 30 movement that I have from levitate? Can I get, like... Can I walk off and kind of push myself off the ledge a little bit, like, so that
You
I
were
drift
past
to
the
the
ledge at
left?
this point.
Oh,
That
I'm
was
not
way
near
up
anything?
above you, yeah.
Can I, like, push off of the ledge with, like, my hands or something? Like the whole cliffside?
The cliff, yes.
Yeah, so I can go down, but also to the
Yeah,
left.
so it's climbing speed if you're not just going up and down, so it's half the speed.
Okay, so can
how
I-
far do you want to climb?
15?
Is your movement speed 30?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could go 10, 15, so you're pulling yourself along the face while your feet are like dangling in midair.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Orba's gonna puke after this. Does that put me within 60 feet of it?
So now you are.
Damn it, it's too much
I think
math.
you are. Yeah, because you were 67 before, but
It's the closer one to the tip.
That's what
Get close to the tip.
you are 58 feet. Look at that.
Hey.
And Safira is not within 5 feet, correct? Oh yeah.
Of that
30
creature,
feet.
no.
Alright, Orba's gonna again gear up with ice knife.
She's like holding onto the side, and then she just lets go and
Yep.
go ahead. Attack
Awesome.
roll.
Attack roll.
Tell me he's doing somersaults.
11 to hit.
11 hits.
Would you roll
so
a 5 or a 6, you loser? I
have a
mean,
plus
thank you for
6.
hitting it.
Okay, so 1d10 piercing. Where's my d10? There you are.
Pierce it.
That's a 9.
9.
And then it needs to
balance.
make a dexterity save.
Oh man, even our dexterous terrible saves. 10.
Ooh,
like
nice,
that,
nice, nice. 2d6 cold. 4, 9.
So 18 total damage. The ice knife goes out, and it hits it with such force that it bounces against the side of the cliff there, and a little bit of the ice kind of goes once again, Graven's mace sort of reflecting off the ice as it teeters down toward the water, and then they fall into the foamy sea below. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Erland.
All right, I'm gonna move my max 20 feet. Oh, almost in my eye. Max 20 feet straight down. I still have 10 feet of rope. How far away from him am I now?
Probably. I did it.
You did.
10, 20, 30.
Just remember.
Like 50 feet-ish. 53, 54 feet.
He's 30 feet off.
Off of the edge of the cliff,
I mean, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna. Erland's sort of hoping for the best. Is gonna kind of climb 20 feet down and then just take. Can I take a dart out and throw it, or do I need to change weapons for that?
I'll say, because to climb you had to kind of stuff
Yeah.
your nunchuck in your pocket, I'll say you can chuck
Okay,
a
so
dart
sort of
out.
from my cloak, I'm gonna throw a dart into the distance with disadvantage because it's 60 feet.
Let's see it.
Shit, close. The first roll was good. 7.
No.
No, it doesn't hit anything. It just...
He looks around to see if anybody saw him. Like,
the lamest of turns. That's my turn.
He throws it and he's like, I need to get closer. Okay, the Harpy.
Don't worry,
All
I
right.
got 24 darts
A
left.
little banged up here. It sort of shudders a little bit, and little bits of frost kind of float off of the edge of its wings as the ice knife kind of has itself, pieces of it are still embedded between the feathers. And it gets closer to Safira here. And it is going to...
It's gonna be okay.
Is it?
I think so. If this is the
It
last
goes in
one-
with its talons, and it grabs you. And I need you to make a contested athletics check as it tries to pull you off the side.
Oh, spicy.
14.
Oh, well. 17.
17. So it grabs you and it tries to pull you, and like you pull back, and the two of you are like rocking back and forth here on the edge of the cliff. It is able to do a second thing, which is just try and swipe with a claw, but it can't pull you off. But it does do a claw attack here.
That is
Shit.
That's a 18 to hit with a claw.
That hurts, yeah. That hits me.
37, 8 slashing damage.
Shit.
So as it's trying to pull on you, you push it away, but as it's getting pushed away, it grabs the edge of your arm and makes like a nice gash along your arm. Okay, so that is its turn. It is now within 5 feet of you, so if you attempt to ranged attack it, it would be with disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay. Safira.
Safira and then Graven.
Okay, you said it would be with disadvantage if I tried to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to stab it with one of my arrows then. If it's
Okay.
close enough with.
It
to
wouldn't
the
do a
other.
lot of damage, but you can try and do that.
Well, at least I know it might hit.
So yeah, give me a d20 roll plus your strength modifier for a melee attack like that. Because it's an improvised
well, no,
weapon.
It's not.
it's gonna be like a D4 or something.
That's a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
yes.
It's a d4 plus your strength modifier for damage.
D4.
D4, that's a d6.
Oh, that's a D6. You're right. Oh, but that was a better roll. So that's a 5 total damage.
5
It would've
damage,
been
and
2.
it's
Oh my God.
hurt. It,
shit.
This is a
Oh,
weapon
yeah.
attack.
Oh my
So,
God. Okay, great. Great. So I get to roll a D8.
For
Absurd.
your Colossus there.
That's another 4 damage.
So 9 total.
9 total damage.
Great. So as the creature pushing itself off of Safira, she grabs the arrow from her quiver and right into its eye kind of sticks it in, and the creature reels back from the pain, and it's kind of flapping its wings like crazy. It is still alive, but you've hit it pretty good there.
Get down to the bottom.
That arrow breaks, not that it matters. But,
Can I see this thing? How far away is it?
not without getting. You have light out to 40 feet. Is that what it is? You got to go further down.
Okay.
God, great.
And again, unharnessing,
Free action to just pull it loose.
and then I can
Climb down half your
far?
movement speed.
which is 30, so I could get
15,
down 15 feet. Will
10.
that put me in?
Within 40 feet of the light, it will, yes. You'll
Okay.
be able to see that.
Climbing down quickly.
Give me an athletics check.
Shit. Why do you do this? 8.
8. Graven starts to climb down, pulls himself loose. And this is already terrain that's kind of been. This is the same trajectory that Safira had, so there's like bits of rubble that got pulled off as she was trying to slow herself, and Graven's weight just takes him down. He starts hurtling towards Safira.
Oh shit.
I need you to give me an athletics check.
Okay.
And if you
17.
17. You pull yourself and you slow yourself enough, but you bump into Safira. I need you to give me an athletics check. So you slowed yourself. You're stuck there.
That's a 9.
9. You can attempt to grab her. Give me an athletics check as well.
9.
9.
Oh no.
Gets bumped, and the creature's like flapping right on the other side of you, and you start coming towards it, and it just lets you go. And Safira starts tumbling down.
Die.
So on your turn, you're gonna fall, but for now, you just start falling a little bit. Orba, it's your turn.
Okay.
I don't get an action. That was my action.
Oh,
Try to
it-
grab her.
I'll say you get an action.
Okay.
You just grabbed out, wildly with your hand, so you still have an action.
Toll the dead. Try to-
Also, I did this for Safira, so yeah, you do take a little bit of damage from stopping yourself. You take 6 bludgeoning.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it to it and try to toll the dead on it.
Saving throw, wisdom save.
Yep.
15. 13 plus
Wow.
14.
Still safe.
Damn it.
Safira, I'm sorry.
I was like, no!
That's it.
Okay.
Hold on tight here.
Orba.
All right, Orba's gonna see Safira fucking plummeting, and she's gonna use her full movement of 30 feet to go straight down.
Okay.
Oh.
And I'm within 30 feet of her now, yeah?
You are.
All right, I'm gonna cast Levitate on her.
Oh,
That's
I'm
gonna
gonna-
drop your concentration.
Yeah.
Okay, give me an athletics check as you grab the side of the cliff there.
Oh no, I float down. Like, I think I'm just gonna let myself then descend. I think when I
Okay.
release the spell, anybody who's on it just falls.
Okay, I thought you were trying to stay where you were. You can let yourself float down.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna let myself
Okay.
float.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna
Drops it, and you watch as Orba starts to free descend. You reach out, and Safira sort of plummeting down suddenly feels this energy around her. She's floating out in the middle of the air.
Safira's like,
I don't think
"I'm
there's it just happens, right? If it's a
are you
willing creature.
unwilling?
No! Please save me!
I will.
I will.
I'm so willing!
There has to be verbal consent for
my God.
for
You got stuff in your ears, you can't hear?
She can hear. She's close.
Now it doesn't say the speed at which I start floating, at least on my card. It says the
don't do
target
that.
floats gently to the ground.
We'll say your movement speed per round.
Okay, so do I have time to like quickly turn toward the Harpy and cast like
Did you just levitate? That's an action.
Oh yeah, Zoe.
Nice try.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna start kind of
So
chilling.
Safira, I will say you tumbled a little further during that time, but you get to like you see 50, 40, 30 feet the water coming towards you, and then floating there in the air.
I got you.
And as you're floating, you look up and Orba's like gently descending down
Her,
this
like her
hillside.
robes are just like
Onto a terrifying vertical cliff.
yeah. I'm
Graven.
heading toward like the biggest like little stalagmite.
My
You're
turn
headed
again
towards
already?
kind of this.
Would I have plummeted though? I was strapped in.
You were not strapped in it.
No, I was. I never unstrapped myself. I shouldn't have
Did you
plummeted.
strap after you fell all that distance?
Yeah, I did after.
Oh,
that was the
shit.
first thing I did after I fell was to strap myself in, so I shouldn't have fallen, should I?
We're too far. I'm gonna have to
it's
say you
alright.
weren't strapped in.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
It's the hunter's mark.
Yes.
Retconning.
Yeah.
All right, Erland or Harpy.
So then, it's me. I rolled 21.
I said Erland Harpy.
I thought you said Erland or Harpy.
No,
Yeah,
Erland
no.
Harpy.
Whoever wants to go.
Yeah.
The Harpy's like, do you wanna?
I can go.
I'll go.
I mean,
You
I
can
got
go.
the bill
You
last
can go.
time.
You can go.
I'll move 10 feet, so that's the last of my rope.
Okay, 10 gets you there.
So how far away am I now?
30 feet from it.
Still fucking 30 feet away from the motherfucker.
Man, that's really frustrating.
I can't hold it down.
How far away from the ground am I now? From the water, I guess, which is directly below me.
20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 feet from the water.
Didn't we say that was the amount that I could fall and still survive? All right.
And still
It
survive.
negates 20 if you land in the water, so it'd be an 80-foot fall.
Please don't
effectively.
test out whether or not you'll still survive though.
Yeah, and then I take 20. No, so that wouldn't be. How did we do that before? Whatever.
Don't.
I'm gonna climb. I'm 30 feet away from him now.
Yep.
I'm gonna unharness myself and climb.
Give me an athletics check.
Is he gonna whack me?
I'm right above it, so
you might
hopefully I'll
fall into it, yeah.
That's the hope. Athletics. 12.
12, okay. Erland's sort of slowly making his way down. It's not fast, but you're able to do so.
I'm gonna move 20.
20
I guess
feet?
no. I've already moved 10, so I'm gonna move another 10.
Okay, that puts you very close to it, but not quite. With
All right, seeing it now clearly. I'm gonna ha.
Give me an attack roll.
Oh my god.
I want to kill this.
It's a long time coming. Oh
Don't
my god,
think you
did
could
you
physically
fucking
kill
miss?
this.
7.
No.
Oh my god.
And once
Graven
again,
saw that one.
flops in the water at the bottom there.
Erland.
I don't think I've ever hit with a dart.
You actually haven't. It's very funny. You never have.
Okay, the Harpy's turn. All right.
Is it engaged in combat with Graven?
It is within melee distance of Graven.
Is it within? If it were to like pivot around, would it be in melee range of me as well?
It would have to move.
Oh, it would have to disengage from Graven in order to do that.
No, it could stay engaged with Graven.
Okay, that's fine. Then. I'm alright.
Okay. All right, the creature's sort of fighting for its life, wings flapping. It's just gonna go for the closest target here, and it's gonna try and grab hold of Graven. Give me an athletics check. 11.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. It goes in to grab you, and not only does Graven fight it off, you grab it and slam it into the side of the cliff. Give me an attack roll.
Yes! Adding probably...
It's an unarmed strike, so your strength modifier plus proficiency.
17 to hit.
17 hits. Roll a d, or no, there's no damage for unarmed.
My unarmed is a 4.
Just a flat 4.
3, excuse me.
3 damage.
Flat 3,
Great.
yeah.
Slam it into the side. You deal 3 damage to it.
I get a couple of feathers in my hands, like.
Great. The creature is after that. It's going to attempt to fly away.
Damage.
Graven, you can make an attack of opportunity.
I will do that with my lit up mace. 23.
Roll for damage.
7.
7.
Yes.
All right, Graven, show us how it's done here.
Gripping onto the rock with one hand and bright mace ball in the other, just swinging downwards on its shoulder at the top of its neck and connecting between the wing and just.
And in this blinding puff of feathers and light, it's like cartoon chicken, like the feathers just. In this like puff of feathers, it goes flying down, and it hurls past Safira, this carcass, and splashes down
I
into the
thought
water.
I was gonna die.
Safira, you alright?
Yeah, I'm alright.
We're coming down.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Immediately start doing the platoon system of like going up,
Start to
coming
climb
down.
your way
going
down.
Orba's just flying past all of you.
So, where your
Descend
trajectory is,
slowly.
we're not
Yeah.
using the battle map still, but you sort of fall, and then your feet land on one of those big flat rocks. So the water's kind of licking up near your feet, but it doesn't look like it ever gets high enough to kind of get up and over the rock. So you're the first one down here,
Okay.
and you can look up and see.
Oh yeah, as my action,
Also,
I have
Safira
to.
is floating.
Yeah, I have to move Safira manually.
So I'm just like.
And I'm
I
gonna.
mean, you're close enough to the rock that you can like push and pull yourself up and down.
I'm not doing that.
It's like what's that thing climbers do where you like hook your legs together so you can give your arms
Oh,
a break?
yeah. Oh my
She's
God.
just like,
That's what I'm doing. I've got a gash all the way down my arm.
Dislocated your shoulder.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'll spend time concentrating and getting her down.
So the way Safira gets down, she's right over the water as the
Oh.
levitation ends because she was a little further over to the side.
Safira,
Orba, a little help.
give a little push.
What?
Little push.
Okay.
You can, like, grab
Try to
the
grab
side.
and
Yeah.
pull.
And I'm gonna keep
Pull
you up.
yourself over. You get to the rock where Orba is, and then she lets it drop. You
I'm gonna
fall.
keep levitate on her. It lasts
Okay.
10 minutes, so
Sure.
I'm gonna keep
You
it
keep
until
levitate on?
its end.
Is everyone all right?
Erland and Graven, give me
You okay?
give me athletics checks with advantage now that you have the time out of combat to lower yourself down.
22.
18.
18, great. So the two of them, sort of now not pressed by the creatures around them, find safe footing and purchase on the wall. Lower yourself down. So you get all the way to the base here. You're basically all standing on the first large flat rock in this area.
Can we see a harpy nest? Can we see?
Give me a perception check, but remember your dark vision only goes 60 feet, so you're not looking at a big area here.
18.
18. You do not see any indications of a nest here in the immediate, so that you can see.
Is everybody okay?
Is everyone all right?
Yes.
Well, let's.
There better be something down here.
I was just thinking the same
All right,
thing.
let's make
Look
haste.
around.
Sort of yes.
Investigation checks, everybody. Graven, do you still have your
I have
lit
my
mace?
light, yeah.
It doesn't let you go very far, but you can still make the investigation.
9.
Why did I just
3.
roll it? Am I making it with advantage? Why would I?
You are not.
No.
8.
Oh shit, guys.
12.
Oh.
So you take a look around, and there's nothing on the rock that you're on, but once again, now that you're down here, you can look around, and on some of the jagged rocks, a little piece over here on one flat rock, pieces of carriage, a little wheel here, a like tarp kind of draped over a rock there. You see a piece of cloth that looks similar to one of the curtains that you pulled off the tree there, you looked at up on the top. So it's clear that the crash site happened around here. In addition, as you're looking around, the water is kind of, with Graven's light shining down, every time the water kind of pulls out, the water is not very deep here. I mean, it's maybe 20 feet down. So it's possible some stuff is down at the base. There's also a couple other flat rocks, probably 2 or 3 other ones that something could have fallen on.
Well, what do you think, Graven? I've got this fucking potion of water breathing that's been sitting and banging around in my bag forever.
It doesn't look very deep, and I can hold my breath for a while. I'll try just
All right, I'll check
that
out
way
the,
first.
I'll try and hop over to the other flat pieces of rock area.
Okay.
Before we do anything, do I know if there are, like, can I sense for any creatures in the area to see if there are any others?
Give me a perception with advantage as you sort of look for signs of possibly more harpies.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You look around and you do not see any additional indicators that there might be more. In addition to that, your knowledge tells you that they travel in small packs. They don't travel in like a flock of, 20 harpies. It's possible there's more than 3, but that would be 2, 3, 4 harpies is a pretty common sort of group of them to be hunting together. Okay. So you don't see any troublesome signs as far as you can tell.
Kind of looking around. Alright, I think we're clear of the harpies at least. They usually travel in packs of 3 or 4, so it's unlikely that there are any others. Still, I think we should try to be quiet.
Can I hold anything while you get them in the water?
Just take my bag for now, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna start trying to like climb over to one of the other.
Okay, they're pretty slippery, wet rocks, but go ahead and give me an acrobatics check as you hop from one to another one.
17.
17, great. So Erland sort of gets his footing, and you slide a little bit, kind of on the water, but then you come to a stop. Now you're on one of the other flat rocks. Give me another investigation check as you think.
16.
16.
Investigation?
Yep.
Still 16.
16. Great. So you take a peek around here, and there's kind of a large chunk of carriage on this rock that may have come torn off as it came down the mountain. And you see a couple of things. You see some torn and wet, kind of stuck on one of these jagged rocks, like uniform of the Broken Crown. He had mentioned that there was maybe crates of uniforms or something. So you see maybe a busted crate that has a few raggedy uniforms of the Broken Crown. You see like the black and purple of the Broken Crown. In addition to that, you find a box that looks like it was a box of supplies of some kind that was maybe being transported. The lock is still intact. It looks a little rough shaped. It's kind of loose, but you could potentially open it up. It's not a black lockbox. It's not like the...
Is there, if I weed through the uniforms a little bit, is there anything of note in there in the pockets?
No, because they were fresh uniforms when they were not,
All right, then sort of steadying myself on the wall, I'm going to just kind of give the lockbox a kick.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
14.
14. And the block snaps off as you kick at it. Inside, you find some silk rope, which is stronger than hempen rope, so you find it's a little damp at the moment.
And fancier.
And it looks like they had several pallets of sealing wax for sealing like envelopes or letters.
Not.
I thought you meant
I started
wax
writing
for
sealing wax. I was like, oh, I can make the stucco home I always wanted.
Sealing
Sealing
Yeah,
wax.
popcorn sealing stuff.
And then you also find...
Saying I found wax and silk rope?
You found silk rope, sealing wax.
I'm going to reciprocity, baby.
You know what?
Oh god.
And some kind of glass bottle with a liquid inside that you do not recognize.
Drink it.
Is it purple?
Drink it immediately.
The bottle-
actually, is the bottle
The bottle
purple?
is purple, yes. But you feel like you would recognize a standard healing potion, and it doesn't quite look like that. The consistency and the color is a little different.
Okay, I'll sort of put all that in my bag.
Okay.
There's what you say? There's one more flat rock.
Yep, there's another one. So we'll say you go over that. So while he's doing that, what are you guys up to?
Unloaded my bag with the lit mace. I'm about to.
Okay.
Take a dip.
Do you take the potion of water breathing? Is that?
No,
oh, you're just going
gonna
down.
try. I mean,
Okay.
you said
Putting
it's
it
not
back
that
in
deep.
my
Yeah, it's like 20 feet
bag,
deep.
20
and that's
feet. I mean, I
The
can
water, when it
Just-
comes
I just wanted
in,
to
kind of
see
gives a
that.
good push. I mean, it's a little
shaky.
Yeah, but it's
And I mean, I can hold my breath for what is it? A minute plus your Constitution modifier.
yeah.
So 4 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, you can hold your breath for a long time.
I'm gonna give it a try without
Okay.
the
Sort of
potion
strip
to start.
down to your
Yeah.
bare necessities there, kind of naked with a mace. Oh,
Here we go.
splash into the water. Give me an athletics check as you swim against the waves here.
13.
13. Okay. You're able to push down past sort of where the rolling waves are, and as soon as you get down below a certain amount, it feels a little calmer. I mean, there's still kind of the water dancing across the ocean floor, and you have the lit mace that's giving you sort of a little ways. You put your big hand into the sand, and you like pull yourself along the ocean floor. Give me an investigation check with advantage as you have the light here.
Investigation is not good for me. Are they both cocked? Am I crazy?
I don't know if that one is. That
Okay,
one
that one
might
is.
be. Sorry.
Thanks a lot.
8.
8.
With advantage.
As you look through, you see one box in the distance, and you pull yourself up to it, and you go to grab it, but then it's just the top half of a box, like it came loose, and you see one gold coin, like, dancing over the water. give me a dexterity check.
Oh my god. 12.
Stick it between my butt cheeks and I don't have any bags or anything. I put it in my mouth. I put it in my mouth.
Sure.
Please come out with it clenched between your cheeks.
Can I, right where that kind of box was, can I just kind of dig my fingers in a little bit to see if
Sure.
there's
So
anything
Graven's
below?
doing that. What are Safira and Orba doing while the two of them are looking in those spots?
I'm gonna try to. Can I follow any of the other debris, sort of to any like?
Some of it is kind of like pieces of wood are like lapping up against the edge of the cliff face there. You might have
Okay.
to dive in the water to take a look at it. It's like floating at the top.
I'm
of
gonna
the
look at
water.
Orba and.
Do you want me to make you float?
I don't need to float. Can you take? And I'm gonna start kind of taking off my. I'm gonna go down there and swim.
Okay, so I'm just holding the bags then.
Is that all right?
Yeah, okay.
There's like all this shit on this one rock like stacked around. you.
I'm gonna just go ahead and like go under and swim and try to see if I can't. I'm gonna try to swim behind Graven too, so I can't use his light. To
Give me
see
an
over.
athletics check as you attempt to battle the waves.
That's an 18.
18, great. The dive gets you deep enough down that you get past sort of the roughest part of the water, and you immediately start to sort of trail Graven, using the light a little bit, feeling around in the sand. Both of you give me investigation checks.
10.
16.
Nice.
Graven doesn't find anything new. As you sort of follow Graven, it seems like he kind of passed quickly over. There's another couple wooden things kind of stuck into the rock and sand, similar to that piece that you let go. And you grab one and pull on it, and sort of a bubble comes up. And inside are a number of bottles. Most of them look broken. And it looks like maybe one of them is still intact. Purple bottle, possibly a healing
Okay, I'm
potion.
gonna take anything that looks like it's still intact.
Okay, there's one thing that looks like it's still intact.
Okay, can I kind of take that and
Sure,
take it with
you
me?
do that. You can have that in your hand
Yeah.
as you're swimming. You're swimming around. Graven doesn't find anything new. Erland, you've hopped. Give me another acrobatics check as you hop over to another rock.
12.
12. And this one, the waves are kind of lapping up, and it just gets over the top of the rock, so it like licks at your ankles a little bit, and you sort of stand there. Give me an investigation check.
What was that? 7.
7. Don't find anything here in the debris.
Can
Right,
Orba?
I'm gonna
Oh,
make
sorry.
my. Sorry, I was gonna make my way back to Orba.
Sure.
Can Orba sit down and start ritually casting detect magic?
Okay. Yes, you may.
Okay.
You watch as Orba sort of plants herself in the middle, all those sort of belongings around her. She starts to kind of ritually cast. Okay. You guys just continuing. We'll say, were you going to that wreckage that was along the edge? That's
Yeah,
like
I
kind of
was
at the
trying
surface.
to-
Okay. So you
Trail it as much as I
come
could.
up back to the surface a little bit, and you see some of these pieces of debris kind of kicking up against up the edge. Give me another investigation check there.
16 again.
16 again, great. So as you sort of come over, you find a box that's kind of bumping up against the side, and as you grab it, you have the other potion in your hand, so you're getting a little difficult to swim, but you kick, and this one's, it's small, but it's intact, locked, and as you shake it, it kind of...
Gold, probably.
You heard that this wagon had gold for, bounties and contracts for the Broken Crown, so it's possible that
Okay.
that case has gold in it.
All right, I'm gonna try to keep that with me. And then, can I is there anywhere I can get up on the shore and kind of signal to Orba to have her?
You're
get
still
some
pretty
stuff?
close to her, yeah. You can kind of...
I'm gonna kind of. Orba, can you?
which is in the middle
gonna
of
kinda
ritually
try to hand-
casting.
Yeah.
We'll say Erland has made his way over there.
Okay.
You can hand it up.
Orba's
to
like,
him.
She's casting
Okay,
a.
can help.
I'll take the box. Is it locked?
Yep.
I'm gonna give it a kick.
Okay.
It wasn't the black lockbox.
It was definitely
no,
not
okay,
bad.
then
Yeah.
give it a kick.
This one's in better shape. Go ahead and give it an athletics check.
14.
14. It cracks. It looks like you could break it open if you give it another good
Give
kick.
it another one.
Give me another athletics check.
9.
9. This time you kick it and it breaks
Oh,
open,
no.
but it spills off to the side, and a number of coins go cascading over the
Try
side.
and catch as many as I can.
Give me a dexterity check, and Safira as well. As you, it's like spilling off the side of the rock. You can.
Why'd you break?
Should catch the gold. 17.
We'll say that it has quite a bit of gold in it.
Dexterity?
We'll say you were able to grab 25 pieces of gold just by scooping as best you could.
Yeah, I should have waited till we got to the
This
top.
was just straight dex.
Yep.
19.
19. Safira sort of uses a little piece of her shirt and sort of catches the gold coins in her shirt, and you're able to get 35 pieces of gold that fall off the side there.
Okay.
Safira, do harpies create nests?
They do,
They
yes.
do.
Do they collect objects like the creatures we fought in the woods?
Yes.
They do like shiny trinkets, but they probably wouldn't grab like a box unless they knew that there was something inside it. Like they would go for something that looked shiny.
They probably wouldn't have grabbed the box. They wouldn't have noticed it.
Shit.
Can I go back underwater now?
Graven, give me. Have you been still searching here?
Yeah.
With 1 gold between his butt cheeks, he continues to search.
I'm gonna try a different die. 5.
5. You get like a little further off the shore, and it just gets darker and darker, and less things seem to be stuck into the sand there. Safira,
If I were to jump in and help, would if I kept my tunic on, would it like hinder me with the waves?
not really. No, it's light enough.
You mean
that,
my tunic?
No, my tunic. No, I'm wearing your clothes.
I want to show his
Yes.
tat off.
Go ahead, both of you. Give me
Oh,
investigation
yeah.
checks.
Who's
You're
both?
so
Is it
Continue
silly.
to search throughout the area.
Most of us know already.
12.
12. Don't find anything particular. And at this moment, Orba, your eyes open, and you look around a little bit, and you don't see anything at first. And then you look behind you, and maybe 10 foot up on the cliff, there's like a little branch sticking out, and a maybe smaller than he sort of described it to you, little box that looked like as it was coming down, got caught on this little branch that's sticking out the side of the rock. So they're all like swimming through the water, looking at all the things, and Orba looks up, and there's like a little glow coming from a little box just above you there.
Could I reach it? Or have to climb a little
Climb
bit? Or?
like 5-10 feet up there.
Maybe. Yeah, Orba's not gonna say anything. She's gonna turn and start climbing.
Give me an
up the cliff.
athletics check.
Athletics. 11.
11, okay.
Looking over at Orba.
And you grab your hand. You're underwater, I think.
No, I didn't jump in. I was
okay.
asking. Yeah.
It's a little black box there that you pull off the branch.
Does it look like it has a lock on it?
It definitely has a lock on it. It has multiple locks on it.
Please don't kick it.
Orba's gonna
Yeah, please don't.
throw it.
Yeah.
Orba's
Smash it
gonna
with the
turn
rock.
and see if anybody.
She's like hanging on the branch off to the side there.
She found it. Get the Goliath.
Oh, no, you found it. I'm gonna kind of dive back under and get Graven. Well, I found it.
I got it.
Okay.
Sort of help Orba down from the.
Thank you.
Found close to nothing.
I found, and Safira's gonna kind of also like turn out her shoulders.
Yeah.
Where she has like the 35 gold. And,
Oh.
Erland, how much do you have?
25.
Well, what was in the box?
25 gold.
Oh, okay, right.
Does
What's
anyone
in
know
gold?
what this is? I'm gonna sort of uncork the potion bottle. That I have.
Everyone give me a nature check.
Oh, I don't know.
Me as well.
Yeah. You can take a sniff
Oh, I
of
might know that.
potion now that you're...
Oh,
16.
Why did I roll
19.
This? 17.
Everyone leans in and goes,
3.
I know what it is.
Except for Sumit.
Except for me, it was like, what? No.
It has a little whiff of... I think you guys actually smelled one back when he took it out at the Mullafair wine tasting, if I'm not mistaken, is a enchanted blood of the Pegasus. It's truth serum.
Shut the
Hey.
Is that like? Is that very weird for a broken crown to be carrying? Is that ultra rare?
It strikes you as a little odd, but I mean, if you were interrogating someone, it's not out of the realm of possibility for an organization to have something to help in their interrogations. It's probably not standard procedure.
Erland's gonna cork it and go. Truth serum, right? That's what it smells like to you.
Oh, wow. Really?
Erland's gonna put it in his
Well,
bag.
that could be very useful, no?
Yes, I think so.
Of course, he's keeping it in his bag. I want to use it on you, you bastard. Alright.
That
Is this
would be-
really the time?
Should we?
No, it's not. It's never the time.
We've got what we came for before those other people possibly show up. Should we?
Yes.
Would I be able to, in order to make quick, would it be quicker, holy god, if I cast levitate on myself and then like elevator people up? I can hold up to 600 pounds, like if people wrap their arms around my neck, or if I did it to like Safira or something.
You couldn't do everyone.
At
You would-
once, no. But I
Yes,
mean, like
you have to cast
one
it
at
each
a time.
time.
I'm gonna have to cast it each time. If I'm casting it on myself and then like Safira puts her arms around me, I take her up, I go back down.
Oh, I see.
Take him up. Would that be quicker?
It's up to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You would not be able to elevator everyone, 3 other people, to go all the way up.
30
and then
feet
all
up for 30 feet for 120. So that's 4 rounds. Am I doing math right?
Presumably, that's not the only way to get back to where we need to go.
well, no, but
Right, but the climbing.
No, but not even just that. We could probably swim a little bit.
Good.
where are you
Our
swimming?
horses
are up there.
We could probably swim around to maybe a
Swim
spot where we could
around
walk
the
back
cliff?
It's a wind.
I'm gonna say you can't do that.
Okay.
The wording is a little. You can really only move the target. I don't think you can just hang things off of the target.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm
And
gonna make it there.
lift those as well.
Okay, that's fine.
I think it would stop the thing from
Then we'll all just
That's
climb up,
Find
I
it on
guess.
the way.
I still have my climbing kit entirely, so.
Don't you still have? No, she's the one with it still on her. You could
Yeah.
shoot her up, couldn't you?
It's been
No,
more
it's
than
been
10
more than
minutes
10
minutes.
as you guys
Right,
were searching through.
Yeah, I'll climb.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll start making my
All
way.
right. If everyone's making the slow climb
I
up
want to
with
go
their
up
equipment.
towards where I had all my ropes, so I can have.
Sure, you can get. Everybody, give me athletics with advantage as you're using the kits, taking your time
We're
to work
using
your
it
way
properly.
back up.
Also, Somber just gifted 5 subs. Thank you so much, Somber. We love you.
Wow.
Thank you
Safira
very
can
You're the
make it all the way
best.
down there, but she cannot make it back up.
Well, you made it down there by falling most of the time.
That's true.
I wouldn't say you made it
That's
down.
true. I ended up down there. That's a 6.
Oh jeez.
6 with advantage. Wow.
15.
Yeah, that was a 6.
It was
with
athletics, right?
advantage.
Yep, with advantage.
14.
19.
19. Everyone starts to kind of slowly
Except
work their way up,
for
and at one point,
Safira.
Safira just grabs, and everyone looks at her as she goes, and like slides down. I mean, I'm gonna say, do you cast something on her? Because I'm gonna say she falls 40 feet.
God, Safira, it's my last level 2.
It's 40 feet, and she would hit the water, so some of that would get negated.
Well, thank God, but I'd still.
You're
Gonna
at 10
die.
HP.
I'm at 10
I cast fucking levitate.
I'm so sorry.
You
Safira goes
son
flying
of
down.
a bitch.
And Orba reaches, and just at the last second.
I can't believe how
Orba like looks down at her with a
Safira's
dead
so
face.
ashamed. She's like,
And Orba pulls her up.
Orba's gonna dip her feet into the water for a second in public shame.
Your shoes get wet. It's very uncomfortable. Your socks are wet.
Oh, that's okay.
So as you guys are climbing, Safira's like floating awkwardly next to you as you continue to.
We're all sweating and like muscles tense.
Orba like climbs a little bit and then she goes. Like pulling her up each time.
She's like tending to her wounds like slowly as she's floating.
Just limp armed.
She's like Joanna
Get all the way to the
Goliath.
top. Gather up your ropes as you ascend. So you get all of your stuff back. I don't think anybody's stuff fell off of the cliff. So you get all of your equipment back, and you return to the top of the
Gather
cliff.
up all the climbing kit
believe.
stuff.
Yeah.
Re-rope,
6 with
stuff them into your bags.
And as we get to the top, just in case the people are here, we should proceed quietly. So Erland's gonna kind of lead the way quietly back.
And stealth checks for everybody.
Orba's gonna keep levitate on Safira just in
somebody-
case she finds another way to fall down.
Somebody hold my hand.
Stealth.
9.
14.
22.
There you go.
Okay, the group as a whole
I
moves
can be
pretty
useful again.
sort of knowing your way back. You
you're
move very
levitating.
quietly through. Your horses, as if nothing has happened, are patiently waiting by the side of the road.
No sign of the guys.
Not that you can tell. You sort of each peek out from a tree. Nobody's around.
Erland's gonna go over to his horse, give her a pat, hop up on.
Graven, you should probably hurry back.
Yes. Would somebody ride with me? I can't see, and I'd rather not use.
Oh, sure. I'm
light.
gonna get on the horse with Graven. And I want to get in front of him so that, like, put your hood up so that he can, like, be
Yes.
totally obscured.
Sure, yeah, you do so. So Safira's guiding the horse, but you're on the same horse.
And Erland's
As
gonna,
riding
once
your
everyone's
own
on, Erland's gonna sort of ride the horses pretty hard back towards the big car.
And you guys start to ride a little bit, and you start to see the lights of Wamparani Na start to come into the distance. So with the ride out, it's maybe you took 30, 45 minutes down below searching, and now we're back. So you're cutting it close to that 3 hours, but you're fairly confident that that you've made it back within that amount of time. And you see the lights of the city kind of approaching you.
Do we see those guys on the ride back?
Give me a perception check as you ride.
10.
10. You do not see those guys as you ride. And you get up to the bridge there at Wamparani Na. Once again, now people moving about. People, you just went through this sort of harrowing experience, and there's people just kind of like stumbling through the
Still
streets,
drunk.
having a good time. I mean, it's so it's probably like midnight-ish, 12:30. People wandering through the streets. Some people finding their way drunkenly back to their homes in the middle of the night here. And you guys look to your left, and even though you're not headed there right at this moment, you take a look at the Broken Crown station. It's sort of standing there, a dim interior light as whoever's sort of watching overnight is inside the building. And that is where we're going to
Oh my
end the evening.
god!
As a successful retrival of the lockbox, and now the second phase of Rescue Graven
I
has
can't believe how many
begun.
times I fell off that goddamn cliff.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Climbing not
Safira
Safira's
nearly
specialty.
died. Like,
You did
could
get
have died twice.
knocked.
I'm
I
so
almost
sorry.
let you fall that last time.
One time you
That would've been fair.
got
That would've been a fair
Mario butt pounded down the side of the mountain
Oh my
there by
God.
Graven.
And then I forgot that I was hooked in, which is my own damn fault.
It balanced out the
The red
the
color.
That's true. The
Hunter's
fact that I
Mark
also
saving
forgot
throw.
that I had
got a free
concentration.
kill.
Yeah,
I
that's
did.
true. Fair trade.
Boy.
Yeah.
Thank you guys all so much for
you.
joining us. We had some wonderful subs and bits. We thank you guys so much for
Yeah,
your continued
thank you,
support.
Summer. I said that very quickly, but thank you very much for
Yeah,
the
we
gifted
really,
subs.
really
That's
appreciate
awesome.
it. We had a great,
I
good
would
time this stream. We can show. So the never-ending confusion of what it actually looked like, but I don't think we ever did this on stream.
Put the battle map.
Yeah, I think it's actually easier to show here. So this is what they were seeing as sort of a visual aid, but this is what the cliff actually looked like. Sort of vertical drop there.
That looks like death. And I nearly fell off
So
it
Safira
twice.
fell from there to there.
Yeah.
And
She
then
fell
again.
from
And then
about
again.
here to here, and then Graven butt
And then
bonked her,
ass.
And then the second fall
and
was
then
your
climbed
fault.
up, fell down, and then got
Raven's
levitated by
ass.
an
I told you,
Orba.
shoots and ladders. That's pretty much what she's doing.
I love
the
that.
way
Seriously, I nearly died because of Graven's
His
ass.
ass. You almost died from his
Big
ass while
ass.
trying to save him.
Yeah, that's true. Your ass almost killed me while I was
330
trying to
pounds of
save your
Goliath.
ass.
That was a thick ass.
That hits you pretty good. Thank you guys so much. We'll be here next week, same time, continuing the plan of it's going okay so far.
Yeah,
Going okay.
Gotta
Got
pass
the
some
lockbox.
bells.
You
Yeah.
kind of stole the Broken Crown's gold
Graven's
there.
thick ass is still
Stoles?
intact.
That's the water's gold at this point.
Yeah.
Well, the contract was the original contract, if you remember from the Brit, was to recover gold from the coffers. The contract didn't talk about the lockbox. That
What's
was
the
his
reward
own
if we
thing.
do? More gold?
Yeah.
Is it more
I think
gold
it's
than we
it
have?
might be 125.
Oh, we can just give them
Maybe a percentage.
You're like, could you
Ex-
take the 70
exchange
gold?
rate is
and then we'll-
fantastic.
I'll look at it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can look
yeah,
at it.
because
But
maybe we want to give it away.
the Broken Crown will hopefully be placated with the black lockbox. And whatever little bit of magic may be inside, Orba was able to detect it. And
Oh
that's
yeah,
where
what
we-
color was it?
It was evocation magic color.
I'm gonna write that down.
post-show notes.
Lockbox evocation.
Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week.
Hey.
Have a wonderful night.
Yay,
Have a
love
great
you all.
last hour and 15 minutes of your weekend. And we'll see you next week. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.